Good morning, everybody. Good morning, chat, and good afternoon, Adam. Adam, how are you? How are you doing today? It's Pokemon Day. You've been experiencing Pokemon for longer than any of us because you are in Ireland. So tell us from the future, how does Pokemon Day feel?
I was thinking, what in God's name are you on about? How have I been experiencing I've actually seen the stream, Jake. That's how
Yeah,
far
no,
ahead I
that's
am.
how it works because you're in the
Yeah,
future
yeah, because
time zone.
I'm
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Europe, so
yeah,
therefore I already know what's going to happen. We are
yeah.
getting a Legends Arceus 2, but
Oh
it's
my
called
God. Okay,
Legends
this is a real
Palkia
test.
because
Very good.
because
Yep.
Pearl is my favorite. Well, Platinum is my favorite, but Pearl was the
Okay.
first Pokemon that I really ever played.
Wow.
And we're also getting a Splatoon DLC where you use Lapras as your gun.
Lapras is your gun. You hold
Yeah,
a giant Lapras.
yeah,
Are
yeah,
you are
yeah.
you a giant?
No, 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 no,
No.
no. The Lapras is small.
Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Small
Yeah,
Lapras. Well,
yeah.
chat, good morning. Hello, everybody. Today is, of course, Pokemon Day 2024, an annual celebration of the Japanese release of Pokemon Red and Green on February 27th. And that was this year, I think it's 28 years ago. I think it's 28. I think it's 28 years old this year. Yeah, 1996.
I
So
wasn't
I'm
even
only,
born.
yeah. See, I'm 2 years older than Pokemon. So I feel good
Yeah.
about that. My birthday, of course, last week. So we're right there. We're really right there. Which is good because I feel like I'm one of the privileged few that got to experience the entirety. You know what I mean? I was a kid for the first ones when they came out in America, and I got to see it. I got to be there for the Game Boy and then the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance. And I feel like that gives me a perspective. So I like it a lot. But chat, I'm pretty excited. There have been a lot of rumors, a lot of theories, not a lot of leaks, I got to say. Nothing really out there that's like confirmation of what we're going to see today. So I think it's going to be pretty exciting. But the show does not start for another like hour and 20 minutes. So I've prepared for some stuff for us to do in the meantime. Uh I'm pretty excited about this show today. Adam, are you excited? Is this something that you're like, what is your
Yeah.
yeah, tell me.
So I'm always excited for a new Pokemon game,
Yeah.
but I'm always ready for the disappointment of when that game comes out.
Mm,
Because Sword and Shield, I was super excited for, and then that
okay.
game came out in a less than ideal state.
Sure.
Legends
Sure.
Arceus is definitely the best, like has the best launch state, but there was
Mhm.
still like the intro of that game was so boring. And then Sword and Shield came out, and I was having so much fun, but all the technical problems just got in the way. So I'm definitely a more pessimistic Pokemon fan because I want the franchise to succeed. And
Yeah.
obviously, well, I mean, it does succeed. It will
Mhm.
always succeed, but I wanted to take it to the next level of have that fun loop like
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet did, but also give me a game that I don't want a super pretty game. Just give me something that runs. Like
Yeah.
fine, 30 FPS. That's all I want.
So I think an interesting thing to consider is that oftentimes the Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, they do better when the hardware has become long in the tooth, right? And it's funny, like we kind of know now that the Switch 2 was planned to release at the end of this year and was delayed to next year. Like we kind of know that, right? I mean, you always knew that, but we
Yeah, I
we
knew
now,
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, now we all kind of know that. And something I'm keeping in mind while I'm going to watch this today is that whatever game that they reveal for the Switch, in theory, was maybe the last Pokemon game they were going to put on the Switch, right? Like that's
Yep.
kind of, because then the Switch 2 would have been, and maybe they would have another year of Switch content, maybe for next year, depending on when the system came out. But either way, it would definitely be like an extremely late title in the hardware. So I do wonder if that will yield benefits for what we're gonna see. But the Switch has been crazy for Pokemon, man. The Switch has been
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
And I think the Pokemon community really likes to talk about patterns when they talk about what they think is going to be next. And I think there's one pattern that's more important than anything else. And if you go through Let's Go, Sword and Shield, Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and then finally Scarlet and Violet. Those are 5 mainline Pokemon games, all on the Switch. And something I think is really interesting that people don't often talk about is that all 5 of those games have distinct art styles. And I think that this is part of how the Pokemon Company operates, right? And it's like people whine all the time about like, oh, they introduce a gimmick and then they take it away. They introduce a gimmick and then it never shows up again, and that bothers me, you know? They introduce Mega Evolution, they introduce Z moves, they introduce Gigantamax, and then it goes away. But I think part of how the Pokemon Company thinks is that they want each game to be a distinct sale, to be like, oh, in this game, this is the one where you do this and it looks like this, and on the store shelves and in the advertising, this is how we talk about it. And I think that that is more important to them than anything else. So when people talk about like, oh, we're going to see another Let's Go game, I find that so hard to believe, because I just can't imagine them having consumer confusion over, oh, I'm going to go to the store and get the Pokemon Let's Go game, and then somebody comes back home and they go, Mom, this is the Let's Go game that came out 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't know. I just don't think that works with what they're doing. So I think that whatever we see here for Switch, I would bet on it looking distinct. I don't think that they ever use the words Let's Go or Legends ever again. Even if we understand that those are what those things are, I don't think you see that branding ever again. I just don't think it's what they do. So that's what I'm anticipating.
It's a very Nintendo-like thing where Nintendo, when they make a Mario game, they go like, it was weird that there was a Mario Galaxy 2, because every single other 3D Mario we have 64, we have Sunshine, we have Galaxy, we have Odyssey. They're all completely different games, and it is a very Nintendo thing. Am I right in saying that Black and White 2 are the only direct sequels they've ever done? Game Freak?
I would say yes, outside of, people will tell you that like Gold and Silver are direct sequels of Red and Blue.
Yeah.
But in branding, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. No, in messaging, yeah. That I mean, they stuck the 2 on there, like sick freaks.
They're the only Pokemon games I've never played. Black and White 2.
Really, Adam? Wow. Yeah. As said by many to be the best.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that, because I really got into Pokemon I only got into Pokemon with Pearl, because my cousin had Diamond, and he showed me. I was like, oh, Pokemon's crap. I don't want to play that. And then he showed me. I was like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Because I had Blue on the Game Boy Color, but I was way too young to understand it.
Yeah.
And then Pearl came out, loved it. Platinum came out. I played Black, or did I have Black or White? I forget. And then that was when I kind of dipped out of it. I'd never played Black or White 2. God, that looks very small.
This is White 2.
Oh, it's probably worth an absolute bomb, that cartridge, isn't it?
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah. And then, I played Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I had the Pokewalker as well. And unfortunately, I probably traded it into GameStop for like €22 or something. And now the thing is worth like 200. But even the 3DS era was very, I played X and I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then I played Sun and Moon. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of a bit bored of this. And then the Switch kind of reinvigorated my love for Pokemon.
Well, and I think kind of what you're talking about is why for a lot of people the stakes feel really high, because you have this Gen 5, which I think a lot of people strongly associate with the peak of a certain kind of Pokemon game design before the transition to 3D with X and Y. And it kind of feels like there's a lot at stake here if they're going to the Gen 5 region and go into those games, and if this is the time where they get their remake. So like, this is it. Whatever they do for Gen 5, they do it once, and then who knows when we'll ever see it again. Yeah. So it kind of feels like the pressure is on in that sense. Now, as we get closer to the Pokemon Presents, I will say Adam has not seen this yet, but I have prepared for us.
Tower of Titillation.
That's right. Now it appears I need to. It appears I have a Discord window that needs to be adjusted over here. So one moment, everyone. One moment before I do the sweet reveal. but yeah, we will be looking at the Tower of Titillation, of course. And this is my feelings, my rankings, things that I personally want to see in this presentation. And I'm just going to be upfront with everybody. This is not what the world wants to see. It's not what the world wants to see, but it is what I want to see. Okay, so I think we're pretty much good to go and look at the tower. Oh, and I will say, Adam doesn't know this either. There is a special guest that will be joining us to look at the tower. And I'm just making sure that they're in their window right now. Okay, let's do it. Let's cut.
Special guest.
A special guest. All right, here we go. To the Tower of Titillation.
Oh, Psyduck is here.
Psyduck, Super Psyduck.
Super Psyduck.
Super
Okay.
Psyduck is here. Okay.
I thought it was going to be somebody has literally been listening to this call this whole time. And I was oh God, that's a bit.
That's what I wanted you to think. I was like, you've been being watched this whole time. Yeah. Before we hit up our tiers of the Tower of Titillation here, if you can't tell by the way, starting from the bottom going up, as we rise in the tower, we rise in height. I put that little key at the bottom just so everybody was clear.
Yeah.
But let me see what is going on with chat. So we got Charlie in the chat. Charlie says, hoping there's some mythicals for my living decks. Mythicals. Okay. Charlie, I assume you're talking about mythicals that like already exist in Pokemon? And you're like, oh, I can't get them in the current games, but I would like them for my living decks, I think. Or do you want new mythicals? Do you want some new little weirdo coming to Scarlet and Violet? Now, this is not on the Tower of Titillation, so I will say, if they try to feed us more Scarlet and Violet content, Adam, it would make me not feel so good in my tummy.
Yeah. I'm done with them games. I finally beat Violet in November of last year, and I enjoyed it. And then I got to where you catch the legendaries, and I didn't even finish catching them because it is genuinely the most uninspired way of ever catching legendaries in the whole of Pokemon.
Oh, just running around the open world and getting them?
Yeah.
Adam,
just finding a couple of keys, and then they're in like a little wall, there's a
that
door.
One. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
There's a door in the middle. And it's like, come on, give me something at least interesting where I have to chase them or,
Yeah, that was awful. It reminds me of like in PlayStation games where I'm just trying to get the platinum and I'm like, oh God, I'm doing this now.
Yeah.
That's funny. Later in the DLC, they add a bunch of legendaries into the open world, and they're just like out there. And some people liked this. I'm right there with you. I did not. It was even like, I don't know, man. There's something about it. Just like, it feels like you reached into your legendaries folder and dragged the file and placed it on the map. Like, so annoying. There's stuff like that.
Yeah, because think of like when I was playing Pearl and you're climbing up, Mount Coronet, is that the name of it? And the sprite is at the top, or in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you're going through the cave to get to Mewtwo, or you're doing what one was it where you have to go through the ice cave to get Reggie Ice and Reggie Steel and all that.
Nice.
And it's like I remember that. I don't remember, finding some random or finding Rotom in the forest in Pokemon Platinum. Was like, that's cool.
That was funny, Adam. You just exposed yourself as somebody whose first game was in fact Gen 4 because you just named like 3 Gen 4 things, and I was like,
oh well, Gen 4 is the best gen.
Wow, that's crazy to me. That's the one I probably have the least amount of nostalgia for.
Well, like if we're talking about starters, I think Gen 4 is the only gen that rivals Gen 1 starters.
Yeah, I don't care about those guys that much. No, that's not true. I love Turtwig.
Yeah, Piplup is so cool. Chimchar?
Turtwig.
Yeah, Turtwig is cool, but Piplup is my guy.
Cool. That's awesome. I always liked it's nobody else likes him, but I really like the X and Y grass starter Chespin. I've always loved Chespin. I know those games are not beloved, but
Jake,
I like
do you know what? I'm struggling to even picture Chespin. Is he that little ferret guy?
Yes, it is. It's that little grass ferret. He turns into a bouncy ball.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Poplio. I do like Pop. I know Poplio. That's Sun and Moon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Poplio, but only because it reminds me of my Shih Tzu, Poppy.
Sun and Moon, good starters. Good starters, Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let's talk about the Tower of Titillation here. As you can see, we have several tiers that we will be revealing, and I just wanna before we even hit that bottom tier, I think it's important to acknowledge the things that didn't even make it on the tower. So there is a part of me that is like, do they dare give us nothing? Do they dare? And I don't think so, Adam, because I looked at the history of Pokemon game releases, and there was like, it has been a long time since these people have not hit a year with a release. It has been a long time. And in every circumstance, there's like a reasonable excuse for why that was. There was like an obvious delay. There was like a system transition, like something was going on. And I just don't think that's what we're seeing here. And I do think a lot of people kind of get like, I don't know, dude. I'm sure you'll know where I'm coming from with this, but a lot of people in the Pokemon community don't understand like the greater video game world. And
Yep.
I see people be like, "Oh, Pokemon's going to change their plans because of how this thing with Scarlet and Violet went, or because of POW World. Pokemon's going to react because of POW." And I'm literally like, brother, the Pokemon company has known what was going to be in this presentation for like
2010 probably.
agree, for the better part of a decade. Like, actually, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. So I always think that that's funny. But yeah, so it kind of does get my mind reeling in terms of like, wow, I wonder if they were confident enough in Legends to be like, oh, we'll do another game in that style and it'll start development right after we're done with Legends Arceus. And, you know, it always, you know, and I think that's what's going to be interesting about this, right? Because we will know what they planned maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, and what they thought was going to be the next. I don't know. I think this is an interesting spot for us. So okay, let's start with the bottom tier. I don't really remember what I put in any of these spots, so this will be fun for me as well. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so here's where I'm at with this. For my bottom tier, I know this is a lot higher for a lot of people, but I put Johto. And Johto is, of course, the Gen 2 region. And I put this here because on stream, I've been playing Pokemon Heart Gold, which takes place in Johto.
Yep.
And I've been having a really good time with it. And I've been having such a good time with Pokemon Heart Gold that I'm not necessarily of the mind that I need, like, my perfect Pokemon Gen 2 game. But I would like to just go back to the same place and see it in a new way. See it with like a new art style, see them do different things with it. I just baseline, if they talk about Johto, do anything with Johto, that's going to flag for me, just because I've had such a good time with the streams. And it's been great. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's been a lot of Gen 2 hubbub about this presentation. We're in Gen 5 in the remake cycle, but people have started throwing Gen 2 into the mix here. Are you familiar with this?
No, not really, Jake. I just defer to you on all the Pokemon stuff. I just listen to you.
Well, because I bet it sounds random. It sounds like, wait, why would we go back to Gen 2? What's that about? So part of that is just like the rumors and the leaks or whatever you want to call it. But another part of it is that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have a lot of Gen 2 references in them. And it feels like they're trying to evoke and remind people of Gen 2. So in Scarlet and Violet, one of the big things was like the Paradox Pokemon. And these like weird versions of Pokemon that we've already seen before. And there's 2 trios of legendaries that got Paradox forms. The first trio is from Gen 5, which makes sense because you would assume if we were going to do a new Gen 5 game, they would take some new Pokemon and put that there. So they take the Paradox forms of these Gen 5 legendaries that are in the new Gen 5 game. Totally makes sense. But weirdly, the other trio of legendaries was from Gen 2. So you had weird forms of Suicune, Raikou, and Entei. And it's like, well, what are those doing there? So there's been some Gen 2, Gen 5 stuff. There's some music references. There's some other references. It's a weird thing. So people have been thinking a lot about Gen 2. I want to acknowledge in the chat, we got a couple of ideas here. Okay. CJ says revisiting Johto would be the best possible announcement for me. CJ, are you with me on this? That it almost doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter. I'm literally just like, I'm playing a great Johto game. I've already got it. Let's see what's new. Let's see what's crack-a-lackin' over in Johto. Victor says a new TCG RPG like the Game Boy. Oh, okay. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Oakley, a Legends game based on Johto would be my perfect announcement. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, too. Will the Tower of Titillation become some sort of the burned tower of Egertiques and just 3 of those actually survive the presentation? If we get 1, that's a W. If we get 2, massive W. Massive W, anything on this tower, too. Professor J says, we already have the perfect Gen 2 game. You're playing it. Heck yeah, baby.
Not easily accessible, though.
Not easily accessible. Exactly. I'm out here playing it, having a good time, but like most people can't. And most people that are playing Pokemon on Nintendo Switch are frankly too young to even know about what I'm doing. So they're not out there getting Nintendo DSs or DSIs if you're a cool kid like me. There's a camera for some reason.
The DS Lite is the best one.
I know, because I don't have the GBA slot. Sad. I've got a treasure chest full of 3DSs right next to me, though. I have so many 3DSs, Adam.
I've had 3, but I only have a 2DS XL now, or a new 2DS XL, whatever.
Let me get my treasure. Yeah.
The white and orange one. Oh, Jake is gone. Okay, now I get to entertain the chat. Hello, everybody.
It was literally right there.
Oh,
it was treasure chest.
You literally have a treasure chest.
Yeah. This was a PR gift. This was when Persona 5 Royal was coming to Switch. They sent this to me. Persona 5. And I keep my old handhelds in here. Okay. So we have a Game Boy Advance SP with Rayquaza on it.
I have the tribal tattoo one.
Nice. That's awesome, Adam. That's awesome. Okay. We've got a green Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah.
And
is that an original or is that a mod?
This is a mod. So it's got a new backlit screen. It's really nice. And it has USB-C charging on the bottom.
Oh, that's so cool.
And what do we have in here? What was I playing? Emerald. Yeah. Okay. Treasure chest full of okay. We have a Game Boy Pocket.
Ooh, I've never seen one of them.
Yeah. Here's that 2DS. New 2DS.
Yeah, see, I wanted that one, but it was out of stock, and I got the white and orange one. Is your top screen really wobbly on that?
I would say no.
But that one is notoriously wobbly top screen, doesn't it? It does have it.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know the lore. And then we've got the new 3DS XL.
Oh, very nice.
But yeah, this is a good boy. This is a nice one. I will say though, my small new 3DS that's my favorite one. It's floating around the house somewhere because I've been playing it. So it's
yeah, that one. I specifically like that one because of how solid it feels.
Yeah. I like that one a lot. That's a fave. All right, great. Is that Psyduck as Superman? LOL, love it. Oh yeah. I guess only the real ones know that's been my Discord avatar for my entire Discord career. So never changed it. I think I made that myself. I made that myself.
That's a good Photoshop with the hair.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. All right, let's continue the Tower of Titillation here. What did I put here?
Oh,
spin me off, Adam.
Yeah, I will spin you off all day, Jake.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm getting titillated already. All right. Yeah. Okay, spin me off. So here's where I'm at with this.
Yes.
There are very few spin-offs that I would be unhappy to see here. That's where I've landed. Yeah. I would obviously everybody knows I'm a massive Mystery Dungeon fan. I will pop off like nobody's business for a new Mystery Dungeon. Now, if they bring Pokemon Red Rescue Team from the Game Boy Advance to NSO, that would be disappointing. That would be sad because we already have the remake on Switch. I could see them doing that though. But I think if they do that, that might actually be saved for a Nintendo Direct announcement because it's so, you know what I mean? It's not. I would not like that. But Lewis asks, would a new stadium count here? Oh yeah, Lewis. Oh yeah. I will say, stadium. has lost a little bit of its luster for me. Just because since we use 3D models now, we're just copy and pasting those 3D models into it's not as special as before when you were doing a big art style
Yeah.
change. Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
so
that
they
was
would
the
have to
biggest.
do
Yeah.
some. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me because I had Pokemon Stadium and my
Yeah.
dad gave it to his friend's son. And I've never seen that cartridge ever again.
Wow. His friend's son.
Yep.
Do you even have a dad at that point? You
I
know,
know,
it's
he's
like,
gone.
yeah.
He's done.
No, he's gone.
I've never forgiven him. I think I've brought that up to him at least 10 times in my life.
But for a new Pokemon Stadium, I do sometimes think about like, what would it need to be? What would it need to be like, oh yeah, this is like a product and this is why we have it. So you can't just do, because you can already do like Pokemon Stadium battles essentially in the actual Pokemon game. So I do think it would be cool if they leaned into like supplementary modes. So if they have like a bunch of mini games, if they have like other stuff that lets you like compete locally, that would be really cool. But ultimately, I do think if Pokemon Stadium specifically were ever to come back, I would hope that it would have its own extremely specific art style. Extremely specific. And you would be like, oh, that's a Pokemon Stadium battle. And it looks very different
Yeah.
from, I
Well,
think that'd be cool.
well, here's one thing about Pokemon Stadium. I don't know, did you bring this up? I don't know if we were talking or it was on the stream, but remember you were saying that basically you kind of need a place where the Pokemon company come out and say, this is where the Pokemon battles happen. And this is the platform for all professional Pokemon battles going forward. And I think that's probably a good place for Pokemon Stadium to be.
Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be awesome. And it would be cool if it was like an online app essentially. And it was
Yeah.
like, and it like tied into all of the Pokemon games you have. And it's like, okay, you can do all that setup stuff. So you go right into what you want to be doing. You're not limited by, it's funny, like the Pokemon battles in Scarlet and Violet look, the like online competition ones look worse than the ones in Sword and Shield. I liked the Sword and Shield, like the big arena, the big sports arena. That like made sense when you were watching it at the tournaments and stuff.
Yep.
And and now it's just like you're in the back of the school. There's like 12 kids watching you, and I'm like, dang, dude, step down. But Nyoxid in the chat wants to know, with the Switch 2 internal delay, what do you think is the current plan for Gen 10? 2025 on Switch 2, 2025 on Switch 1, or 2026 on Switch 2? Do you think your choice was the original plan or not? Oh, easiest answer here. It was always going to be on Switch 1. That's my take. Because I kind of think, so if the Switch was supposed to come out holiday this year, then the Pokemon game for this year was always going to come out on Switch 1. So then it's a question of, does the Pokemon company do Game Freak? Do they say, we're going to go in the first 12 months of the Switch, we're going to release our Pokemon game on Switch 2? I kind of think no. And I don't know. I remember Pokemon Black and White or whatever, like coming out when the 3DS was out and being like, oh, dang, really wanted those 3DS Pokemon games. And then I remember like Pokemon Black and White 2 coming out and the 3DS is out and being like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Like I just wanted to check there. Black and White 2 came out June 23rd, 2012. And the 3DS came out 2011.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I always kind of anticipate that there will be like, it's that second year that they're trying to hit. Now, do I think that there was a smaller or different in some way Pokemon thing planned for the first year of Switch 2? Maybe. But no, it's very hard for me to imagine them, just the way Pokemon works, going for that, what you have to assume would be a much smaller install base. It's just not how the company operates. And I don't really have personal issue with that, if I'm being honest. So it's fine. It's just the weirdest thing about it is how long the Switch has lasted and how many Pokemon games the Switch will end up having. That is the weirdest thing about it. Because it's crazy at this point. It's crazy how many this thing is going to end up with.
And it especially doesn't make any difference if assuming the Switch 2 is backwards compatible. So
exactly. Yeah.
It won't make any difference when it comes out.
Yeah, and it's funny, there's always a question of like, oh, will the Pokemon Company do like a cross-gen game or a blah 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 blah? And I just think absolutely not. And maybe I'm insane in thinking that, but I just figure they're going to target the lowest common denominator, Game Freak, always. I just can't make myself believe that they wouldn't do that. I saw people saying that the reason Scarlet and Violet performs poorly on the Switch is because there was a planned Switch Pro that Game Freak was developing it for. And I'm like, dog, they would never target a Switch Pro for a Pokemon game. The target would always be the base because that's what all the kids are playing it on. Yeah, I don't know. I think people are getting a little. We need the Switch 2 to finally come out because the brain rot has come for us all. It is eroded away our common sense and reasoning. Yeah. Plus, Neoxin says, plus 2026 is Pokemon's 30th anniversary. There you go. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, the whole like a new gen every 3 years thing. I just think people need to loosen the reins on the Pokemon Company and the patterns. The patterns are the pattern is emblematic of what worked for them at a particular time, not necessarily what they do because they have a list of rules up in the Game Freak office and it says rule number 1, every 3 years we do it. You know, it's like yeah. The rule thing is always funny to me. So, all right. So 2026 only heavy hitter for the Switch 2 might be Smash 6 unless Nintendo has an ace up there. So whoa. We can't be talking about the Switch 2 only having one heavy hitter in 2026. This is what I'm saying, Adam. The Switch 2 brain rot has come for us all.
Yep.
This is no, we can't be doing
the Switch
that.
2 is going to be I would imagine very similar to the Switch 1, where they've pushed the release date out. They said they want to avoid hardware shortages, but also that means that they'll get all of these big games ready to go when the console launches. So hopefully every 3 months or however, 6 months, we'll get one absolutely massive blockbuster Nintendo game for a year or two at the very least.
Yeah. And so you think 2026 will be Gen 10 on Switch 1 or Switch 2? To answer that question, I think there's still a chance that 2025 can be Gen 10, but it will be on Switch 1. And then what they will do is go throw it back to the old days where they did the third version, do a little third version on Switch 2. I think that's a possibility the next year. I think anything is possible. And I just think my reasoning for thinking that Gen 10 is could still be next year is not because I think that there's a rule. It's because I think they're going to do what they want to do. I think the one thing is that I don't think what Nintendo does with their consoles plays as big a role in what Pokemon and Game Freak does than people think. I think that's ultimately my take. They're selling to the people where the people are. That's it. That's so I don't know. I know it's not a very definitive answer, which is no fun, but yeah, I don't know. I'm also like, I think personal preference, I'm not like dying for the next generation of Pokemon. I kind of wish it wasn't next year. I think they've been doing a great job with like filling in the gaps. Yeah.
Where it felt like when I was into Pokemon, like you were just waiting. Like when I was really into Pokemon, you were always just waiting for the next generation. But now, like in between, like as you said on the Switch, like we have Mystery Dungeon, always like a remake, but we have Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Snap, Legends Arceus, which I guess is a spin-off, but like it's another mainline Pokemon type of game. And then you also have the remakes like BDSP, which I like more than your average bear because I just love Gen 4 that much. Like the don't get me started on Gen 4 music.
There's also a Pokken Tournament on Switch, and
I would have if Pokken Tournament came out now, I would have been in a completely different mindset because now I'm actually into fighting games. Because when I bought Pokken Tournament, I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
Oh, dude, Pokken Tournament's a good time too. It's actually I really like the mechanics. It's fun.
Does it still have a community?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I would really be interested in a new Pokken Tournament, but I also think that runs into the problem I was saying before about just like having a similar product. Yeah, I just don't think they would do it. I think we almost have to wait for a Switch 2 to get a new attempt at that if we go back to that well. Um, yeah, it's funny. I think like since we're still on the in the Tower of Titillation here on Spin Me Off, I do think it's worth saying that I think like a new spin-off thing is maybe more likely than a new entry in a spin-off we've already seen. I think that is the case. I think like I don't know, like it would be kind of fun if there was like, hey, here's a Pokemon racing game. I'd be into that. I'd be, just something that we haven't done before. I think would
Yeah.
be really
What
fun.
was it called?
Yeah.
Pokemon Dash. On the
Dash, dude,
DS?
Dash, yeah. Dash was kind of funny. Dash was like a launch window game for the DS, I think. And I actually kind of liked the ideas, but it was very much it was very much like one of those tech demo-y launch window DS games. Oh, look,
Yeah.
you're using the stylus, yeah. But
Yeah, I was a dumb kid. I just enjoyed it because Pikachu was on it. And then remember Pokemon Link? Remember the ad for Pokemon Link? Was that the name of it? It was a match 3.
Oh, I thought. Are you thinking of Troze?
No, Pokemon.
This might be a
Oh.
regional difference.
Oh, yeah, this might be a region thing.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, over here it was called Pokemon Link, yeah. But I can see the American box art there. Rose, what? What
Yeah.
does that mean?
I guess I don't know. I never questioned it. I just went with it.
Yeah, Pokemon
Yeah.
Link. Oh, you can buy it for €14.
Neoxid in the chat wants to know, do you think Hi-Fi Rush will be a Switch 2 launch day or window title, Adam?
I'm not it will I think it will be a launch window title. I'm not like
yeah.
It will either be launch day or launch window. It will be in that period, I think, because there is just absolutely no reason why those t-shirts that were data mined that had the Xbox logo or the Xbox colors, the Switch colors, and the PlayStation colors, and then all of a sudden, like, there's no way they just went back on it in the span of a month where they were like, oh crap, we don't want this on the Switch, we only want to put this on PlayStation. So it has to be on the Switch, surely. Either that or I'll just question Microsoft Xbox even more, as in
even more.
What like, come on, you're putting out the trail mix here and we're following it, but you're leading us off a cliff.
That's so funny. I agree with you. I think launch window would be really good for that game too. Around the launch of a new system, people are always looking for like more games to buy. And I think it would be really successful if it was on that platform in that window, 100%. Would love a Pokken 2, but I don't think the timing is right with Tekken 8 just launching. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that makes the timing not quite right to me. But I think it would. I just hope that they are interested in it. I hope that there is like some kind of internal interest in that game, because I could also see it as something that just never gets done again. Like maybe it just didn't hit the targets we wanted to hit.
And was Pokken Tournament made by the core Tekken team?
I believe so. Yeah, there's like, because I remember looking at the credits for that game, and there's like some names, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, because I'm loving Tekken 8 is really got its grips in me, which is weird because I've never played Tekken before. So I think if Pokken Tournament came out, I'd be like, oh.
Oh, Neoxid says Pokemon 1 did not overlap with Tekken 7 staff. There you go.
Oh.
Okay, so they've just got people out there over at freaking Bandai Namco, dude.
Yeah.
They just got
Namco
Bandai, right. They've got they're kind of underrated, I feel, in video games.
Oh yeah, big time.
They do good stuff. Yeah.
They publish Elden Ring.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Are you gonna? Oh, this is kind of fun. So first, Oliver says new Pokemon Quest game. So here's a little weird Pokemon trivia for you. Pokemon Quest, game that came out very early in the Switch's life cycle. Very weird, kind of like odd game that plays itself. Yeah, not for me. To me, it's like a poor man's version of Pokemon Rumble, which I like. But there is a version of Pokemon Quest that I believe was made by Game Freak, which is odd. And it only came out in China. And it has continued to get new, to my knowledge, it has continued to get new like updates and releases, and it's something that just has continued over there. And I've been kind of thinking like, oh, maybe they'll just bring that puppy over. Maybe they'll just bring over the little China Pokemon Quest game that they're doing that's got all this additional stuff in it. That would be like a weird announcement. I don't think anybody's gonna get hyped for that. But it's over there. So maybe, maybe that'll be just a little, a little inside baseball there. Maybe that'll show up.
Yeah, I had to Google what that game was. I completely forgot about it when you mentioned it.
Those little square guys. Yeah, those little weirdos. Yeah. Bungaloo says, with a 13-minute present length, we are almost certainly not going to see ports of Gen 1 through 3, right? Here's the thing, Bungaloo. The length of the direct of any presentation just doesn't mean anything. It just doesn't mean anything. Like, you could have gotten last year's very long Pokemon Day presents down to 13 minutes by like just cutting out Pokemon Sleep. So Pokemon Sleep, they spent like 12 minutes on. And half of that was like watching a commercial that was like a weird music video. It was, I don't know. So I never analyze how long something is as in terms of like, I don't know. Like maybe it's 13 minutes because last year's was dumb and long and people didn't like it. Maybe they had some numbers being like, oh dang, we spent too long on the commercials and people stopped watching. So who's to say? Tekken 8 is doing great. Could also help Pokemon 2 momentum. Yeah, listen. Nobody wants... Listen, I would love... The fun part about a Pokemon 2... I feel like Pokemon, the first one, did a lot of things right in terms of its, like, base mechanics. And I actually would be like, yeah, just... You did it. Just keep doing it. No need for any, like, big base mechanic changes. But if... I always thought it would be so cool if there was a Pokemon game that instead of just like doing round after fight or whatever, if there was like a little RPG mode where you ran around an overworld and like talked to other trainers and challenged them or whatever, and like you did like the fight right there, man, that would be overpowered. That would be unstoppable. It'd be so fun to do that. You're like on a little journey with whoever your main is. That'd be such a good time.
Yeah, well, with Pokemon Tournament, it's just like they have an absolutely massive roster to pull from. Like the opportunity is endless on how many cool fighters you can make.
Yeah, that's true. Endless.
Yeah, and well, when you said the RPG mode, I think it'd be cooler if you actually ran around as a Pokemon rather than the trainer.
Wow. Okay, that's a big change.
Yeah,
they're just out there street fighting.
Yeah, why not? They're fighting the streets. Anything could be better than Street Fighter 6 story mode anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would love some Pokemon 2 exposition that's like, why are all these random Pokemon fighting each other? And it's because they want to get strong so that trainers try to capture them. It's like the toy that wants to be picked out from the toy store. It's like, dude, we're gonna be strong so that when people come by, they're gonna be impressed. Yep.
That's too real for Game Freak, and then PETA will have a go at them as well. So you couldn't be doing that.
Imagine the story's going along, and you're like friends with like a Caterpie named Gary, and then like one day in the story, a trainer comes by and captures Gary, and he's just gone, dude. He's just on his own adventure. That would be awesome. Oh my god. All right, cool. Whoa, Court comes in here and says PlayStation just laid off 8% of its workforce. Whoa. A busy morning. Didn't realize. Listen, the layoffs will come for us all. This is not to be this person, but this is a natural. We're at a natural point in the capitalism timeline. We are there. We are glugging up late stage, and it is starting to affect the people. So I am curious what the details are about this. If
London studio will be shut down.
London studio. They did like the VR.
Yeah, they did the VR World and Blood and Truth, and they did other stuff like that. But I think it's literally just the game industry is just leveling off after the boom that happened during COVID.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes.
It's interesting.
A massive rise in sales and engagement and all that, and then they were like, "Oh crap, we need loads of people. Let's hire them all. Let's not think about like the midterm." And then all of a sudden, we don't need you anymore. And then off you go. It's just very poor decision making from a top level that affects all these small people.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy how like I do think that we're in like a moment in terms of gaming business of introspection where it's like, oh, okay, I think, if you're a VC, if you're a venture capitalist or you're an executive, what you're chasing is like the biggest games there are, the Fortnites. And you're looking at a bunch of game developers and you're going, hey guys, have you heard of Fortnite? Why don't you make a Fortnite, you idiots? And we've had a few years of that. And I think now people are starting to realize that it is hard to predict what's going to be a massive hit and what's going to catch on in that way, which means there's a lot of risk, which means it's a bad investment. So I am curious what the what is going to be the new business model, you know? Because we're in that era for a while with the battle pass and the things and the everybody's kind of trying to be this version of money making. And I am curious to see okay, maybe the budgets go down a little bit, maybe the amount of employee, this what is that? And I don't know. Yeah. So
this is why you have to support the middle ground of the video game industry.
Yeah, dude.
Because that's where really fun ideas come out of, and B, more sustainable industries grow from, rather than chasing these massive profits. These are people that are essentially a team that are building one game and hoping that game then allows them to build their next game. And it's like they're always just working on the next project rather than working on this big, massive, we need to make $3 billion off this and put in 6 battle passes. Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, everybody, play it.
Good game. Yeah, and it's funny. I think we see this too, not just in video games, but across a lot of industries that are that kind of similarly in a classic capitalism thing, not valuing the people that actually make the product. But I don't know if you caught this last week, Adam, but the closure of Vice, which is an American news outlet.
Yeah, I know of them. Yeah, I haven't really watched any stuff.
Very personally upsetting to me, just as a quick tangent, because man, almost every writer, especially on the games beat, but also just culture and technology that I learned a lot from and look up to in this space, went through Vice or Motherboard or Waypoint or whatever it was at any given time. And I look at these people and I go, you are at the peak of your powers. If you cannot keep a job, I'm toast.
Yeah.
Absolutely toast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think that, and here's a plug for Jake's Patreon. I think that's the reason why Patreon is probably the way that people like that exist going forward, is that you carve out a small niche of 1,000 or 2,000 people that will pay you $1 or $2 a month or whatever, and all of a sudden you can sustain yourself off that. And I think realistically that's the only way that sort of media lives.
Yeah, independent, worker owned. There's a newer outlet called Aftermath that has people like Gita, who's formerly a Kotaku writer, Nathan Grayson, and just a bunch of people I like. And it's one of those you just pay them directly. They own the business. They equally share the profits, whatever. And and I think what you see from that is not only are you supporting the people actually making the stuff that you like, but the stuff that they're writing about and the stuff that they're making is original and unique and interesting in a way that it couldn't be when it was corporate owned.
Yep.
And that's really
cool. Chasing clicks.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yep.
They I think Gita actually wrote an article over there about, I don't know if you caught this, Adam. It's kind of American news. This is so funny to me. The new Major League Baseball uniforms. Did you hear about this? This is such a tangent. Okay, really quick. I find this hilarious. I find this so funny. So Nike has the contract for the 2024 season to make all of the Major League Baseball uniforms. And they go, we have this new technology. It's amazing. And they come out with it. They put all the players in the uniforms, and they're all see-through. They're all see-through. You can see their nibs and bits. You can see the jerseys tucked into the pants that are you see every. It is awful, and they look bad. They look cheap. They look it is unbelievable. And the funniest thing about it is, over the weekend, Major League Baseball makes a statement on it, and they go, "No, you're all crazy. You just didn't notice it before. This stuff is not what you're saying." And meanwhile, we're but we can see the dick and balls. We can see the dick and balls. So it is the funny. Court knows what I'm talking about. It is the funniest. It is so funny. And it was cool that this outlet I just randomly wrote an article about that, and I was like, oh heck yeah, guys, heck yeah. So.
Yep. And just quickly before we move on, if anybody wants to see what the successful model of what that is, of people breaking off from a website or whatever, check out Second Wind. They were former escapists, the escapist people.
Yeah.
And their channel right now, They only started it around Christmas, and it has 422,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And if you click onto their Patreon, let me see, they're earning €54,000 a month.
Wow.
And that is owned by the old, I think he was like the reviews editor that was basically the guy in between all the reviewers and the corporate people. And he was just constantly at odds with all the corporate people. And he's completely 100% transparent with how much money they get in, how much money they get paid, how much money they pay all their staff. And I think if you really want to learn how it works, go follow him. His name is Nick Calandra.
Cool. My personal goal for not for Patreon, just for YouTube, just free to subscribe YouTube, is that I've decided I want 3,000 subscribers and no more. If I get 3,001, I might delete the channel.
Do it.
But I want exactly 3,000. And if every time I get more than 3,000, I'll have to block someone. I'll have to, you know what I mean? I'll have to. No, I've decided that.
If you get a video that blows up that gets like 600,000 views and you're getting like 5,000 subscribers a day, you're gone.
No,
you'll need to hire a full-time moderator just to delete it.
Might have to hire a Jake actor that just does the content from then on and pretends he is me. And
or make an AI Jake, as everyone is doing, because that's what we all want to consume.
Wait, I've always wanted this, Adam. I've always wanted to be a VTuber, but my avatar is just like a cartoon me. So I'm like puppeting myself.
Yeah,
I've always wanted that. I've always thought that is my ultimate form. I just, Oh my God. All right. So really quick before we move off from the spinoffs, Pokemon trading card game. I just think that this is a dead hope, so I don't put that much stock into it. But those games on the Game Boy Color were so freaking fun. And they've done this a couple of times, but if Nintendo just randomly was like, hey, here's a localization of the Game Boy Color Pokemon Trading Card Game 2 that never came out in the West, oh man, what a W. Would absolutely love that. New Mystery Dungeon, I've said before, that would make me extremely happy. Even if it's just a remake of the one on DS, Explorers of Sky, that is, I don't know if I've ever told you this, that's one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. So if that got a remake, very happy. All right, let's move on to the next layer here.
Yeah, we only have 30 minutes left.
I know, it's time flies. Okay. A Nintendo DS flips open. Okay, hold, chat, relax, hold. Okay, so here's my take with this. I love when the Pokemon Company in their presentations, they like throw it back and you see like a kid playing a Game Boy and they're like, oh my God, look at those old graphics. Like they embrace it. They're like, yeah, no, this is part of our history. I love that. I'm all about the presentation with these things because I think the announcements are cool, but I also think one of the coolest things about the Pokemon Company is how they engage with their fans, how they talk to their fans, how they like run that relationship. And for me personally, I just want an acknowledgement that they understand how important the DS era is to their legacy. And I just want to see a DS flip open and get that endorphin rush. We're talking titillation here. It would titillate me. So see on screen, like I would pop off.
You're talking a sizzle reel.
A sizzle reel? Anything. Okay. It's like, oh, we're going back to Gen 5. First, you see on a table a Nintendo DS, and you open it up. You see Pokemon Black and White. You jump into the screen, and now it transforms before your eyes. I'd be like, oh, they get it, dude. They get it. Because I will tell you, earlier in the stream, when I first pulled out this DS and I opened it, I bet you there was somebody watching who had a moment and was like, oh, the endorphins hit me. I got hit by the endorphins. It got,
The DS is...
Yeah.
Nintendo did not... I don't know how they did it so well. The Game Boy Advance and SP, so good. Great library of games. But then the DS comes out and it potentially has the best library of games on any console ever made.
The DS?
Yeah.
I would argue for it, Adam. That's the one. Yeah. That's, in terms of all the Nintendo consoles, I'm a little like... I would put the DS up against the Switch. I think the DS.
Yep.
I think the DS really like was what punched in above its weight class constantly.
Yep.
Okay. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see what my next tier is here. Again, I forget what I put for all of these. Oh my God, what an idea. Okay. So here we've got Pokemon Black 0, White 3. So I was thinking about this, right? So Pokemon Black 2, White 2, like you said earlier, only games where they were like branding them as sequels. And I was in my head, I was like, what if they did a straight up like Kingdom Hearts tactic and they came out with one game and it was called Pokemon Black 0, White 3. And here's my pitch on this. Pokemon Black and White, famously, it was like they were doing a past future thing, right? And it was, in Pokemon Black, you go to the city, but in Pokemon White, it's this old forest. And I was like, how cool would that be if there was one game that had like a time travel mechanic, Black in the past, White in the future, which is the opposite of what you are used to, which was Black in the future, White in the past. And it was like, so there's like a little paradox happening. And it's one game, Pokemon Black 0, White 3.
I mean, you sold me, Jake. It sounds like a great idea.
I like it. Yeah.
Will it happen?
No.
But it does sound like a very good idea.
And the reason this is on the Tower of Titillation is, in theory, in the heart of this tier is that they announced something with a title that makes me go, what? That's what I want to feel. I want to see the name and go, oh,
have a Jake level title.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I want 358 over 2 days. That's what I hear that and I go, mission accomplished. Well done.
And then you just think of the sea salt ice cream. Oh,
exactly,
man.
dude. In Pokemon Black, you're Sora. In Pokemon White, you're Roxas. It's like, oh my god, this is something, dude. Yeah. Okay, let's see the next. This is a small one. I'm curious what this is going to be in this little yellow tier. What is this? Red, blue, yellow. Yeah, I'm a homer. I know. I have gone back and forth on how likely I think that this is. The games coming to NSO or just being on the eShop in some form. My brain and my heart tells me that this is way more likely than people say. People have talked me out of it. They have said, Jake, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. These games are too valuable. But fun fact, Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal came out on the 3DS Virtual Console.
Yep,
and all together, Adam, I am told that those games did not sell as many units as people think. I don't think they're quite as precious as people realize, or as people think that they are. And I think two things are happening. One, people need a new reason to subscribe to Pokemon Home. Pokemon Home's usefulness is quickly, with the end of Scarlet and Violet stuff, it's quickly going away. And two, people need a new reason to subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online. And I think now is the time to be like, oh, here's what you're getting this year for NSO. We will drip feed it over the course of the entire year. Maybe next month you get red, blue, and yellow for the Game Boy. And then later in the year, we're not going to tell you when, you get Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. You get all those. Oh, and like Gold, Silver, Crystal as well. That can be, you know what I'm saying? You could space all of those out. And I think that's a win-win-win for everybody. Nintendo, Game Freak, Pokemon Company, you get your Pokemon hit that they want. I think it works out for everybody.
But do you think there's a situation where they bring it out and sell them a la carte rather than have them as a part of a service?
Man, maybe this is foolish, Adam, but I really don't. I really have a hard time. I think that the messaging on Nintendo's part would be catastrophic. The one way that I see that happening is if they actually put some effort in and it's more than just like a ROM. It like has like there's like some special stuff in there like that's like, oh yeah, this gives you more than is just on NSO. Otherwise, I think that there's like consumer confusion being like, oh, I get the subscription so I can play Game Boy games, but not these. And I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it. What WTF is this new YouTube update? Did YouTube get an update?
I don't know.
Wait, what's wrong with it? Is it weird looking? Wow. Okay. Pokemon Smile fell off, but I kind of loved it. Oh man, I forgot about all that stuff. All right,
is that the toothbrushing one or teeth?
That is, yep, the toothbrushing one. No.
Yeah, the tooth.
No, you were
teeth. Yeah, toothbrush. Yeah.
Oh man,
didn't sound right.
No, that's okay. Now I'll have to adjust the windows as you can see here, but I'll show everybody. We will switch over to to YouTube view short enough when I'll have to fix those windows.
Oh yeah, here I am. I'm big now.
Pikachu's waiting, dude. He's waiting.
Yeah, I'll
He's
zoom
like,
my head
"Where's the
over here.
stream, dude? Where's the stream?"
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm in the square now.
oh, look at Arlo.
Oh yeah, he's been here the whole time.
Oh, what a good boy.
Come on up. Come on.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh.
Oh, happy boy.
Yeah, he's happy because if you've noticed, I've been muting my mic and eating. I have yogurt
Oh
up
yeah,
here.
yeah.
So he loves yogurt. So that's what he wants.
Oh, he loves yogurt.
This is Arlo, everybody.
Arlo. Oh my god, so sweet.
He's a Patterdale Terrier.
Licking his nose.
Yeah, he's a Patterdale Terrier, which is a mix between a Jack Russell and a Staffy. And he's nuts.
Oh, he's nuts. But he's happy though.
Oh yeah, no, he is very happy.
Yeah, you could tell. Hi, Arlo. What a lad. Yeah. Oh my god, that's awesome. All right. Arlo, we're doing Titillation Tower right now. I know you're a fan. Oh my god, he loves that.
Yeah, Arlo looks titillated here.
Yeah.
The ear scratches.
What did I put? Now we're in the top 3 tiers here. So let's see what I put for the red tier.
Get down. Good boy.
Oh wow. This speaks to me and what I want in a Pokemon game. Throw a ball. Listen, we all want different things from Pokemon. I get that. That's part of the brand. That's part of what we do here when we watch these presentations. But what I want more than anything, what gets me out of my seat in a Pokemon game, Legends Arceus, you aim and you throw a ball. It goes along. That game taught me how important that is, how that grounds me in the world, makes me feel like I'm actually an active participant and not just like a man playing a Pokemon video game. I don't know. It's so important. It's so important. Yeah, second time we're talking about balls before 9 a.m. That's right. That's right. Yeah. It just matters to me. It just matters. I don't need the game to be called Legends. I don't need it to be anything like Legends. But if I can aim and throw a Pokeball at anything I want, I think I'm gonna like that game.
Yep. And going off that, I think the next generation of Pokemon games needs to follow the Legends Arceus formula and not the Scarlet and Violet formula.
Yeah, and what do you mean when you say that?
Well, it just a lot. Legends Arceus was a way more seamless way to play, and I just want to be able to capture the Pokemon without having to go into a battle.
Capture the Pokemon without going into a battle. You see them, you throw the ball, you capture them.
Yeah,
these are things that I think were so alarming. They worked so alarmingly well in Legends Arceus that it was in a way hard. It made Scarlet and Violet like tougher to play than I think that they were supposed to be. It was weird. In a lot of ways, it felt like Arceus should have came after.
Yeah.
It just had all that stuff figured out. I do hope internally I know that the games were developed simultaneously. I do hope that it was like, we're not convinced people will like this, so we can't implement it in the new generation of Pokemon games, and which I understand. And I also think that there's like you got to make games that like kids can play who aren't as good at using like 2 sticks at the same time. Totally understand that. But I do hope whatever data they have was like, oh, this is good and we should do more of this in the future. I really hope that's where that's at. Yeah, we can only hope. Okay. Now this is the final tier before the tip. That's yep. That's right. So this is queuing up the peak of Titillation Tower. Let's see what we got. Action. The word action, Adam. If they talk about a new Pokemon game and they use the word action in any context. Yeah, tell me what you think about this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this deep in thought right now. You're really thinking about this.
Yeah. Okay, my head instantly went to, do you remember SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants?
Oh, of course. The party game.
What happens if we get a spin-off that is Lights, Camera, Action, Pokemon?
Excellent. 10 out of 10.
And it's all just mini games.
Yeah. No, that's a 10.
You were saying you want a spin-off that isn't exactly, a remake of something they've already done.
That's right.
So there you go.
That's right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much exactly what I want. Yeah, I mean, listen, and then you get to pick like, oh, which little Pokemon is going to be my guy. Maybe I play as a Psyduck. I walk around a game board, Mario Party style. Like that's a good
Yep.
time. That's a good time. Can't complain about that. But yeah, I just think there's a reason that this is so high up on the tower. I think that this is a low probability, but I just think it's one of these things where, again, I think that it is important for them to do things that are different and surprise people and offer different experiences within this IP that is very vast. And like I said earlier with the spin-offs, offering like a new game, I think is important to them. And for me personally, something that like isn't just picking commands or watching things happen would just be cool for me personally. That's like, yeah, I'm like ready. I love picking commands and watching things happen. We're always going to get those games, but I think we have kind of like a weird off year right now, and I think it'd be cool for them to do something weird and goofy.
Here's
Listen,
something that I've always wanted.
please.
So you know the way Legends Arceus is very seamless.
Yeah.
Imagine it was Legends Arceus where you capture the Pokemon normal, or the way you do in Legends Arceus. But when you're in the battle, you are still completely active in the world, and you bring up your moves almost like, remember in like Spider-Man, you'd press R1 to bring up your skills, and you'd have the face buttons.
Oh yeah.
So then it's almost like not exactly a third-person action game, but like it's an action game where you're actually completely active in the battle, and you bring up your face buttons instead of sort of having to like not move and then go into the menus. And there's always just that friction in the Pokemon games.
Yeah.
That I think they need to remove.
I've long said to myself, what if Game Freak was inspired by Final Fantasy VII Remake? What if you know what I'm saying?
Right
What if
idea,
they saw this big franchise that's been around for forever? They saw that game reinvent itself. What would happen to them if they said, "Oh, let's do that"? Like, I've kind of always thought it would be a lot of work and you'd have to change the scope of the game, I'm sure. But I've always, like you, Adam, I've had that idea of like the hot bar for Pokemon moves. And it's like, oh yeah, you have 4 abilities. Maybe you're able to move, run, dodge, tackle. Maybe those are like your base abilities. But then you also have your 4 like powers that you can switch out and learn as you grow. Yeah, I just think that'd be a cool game. That'd be a really fun little experiment and be like, okay, let's do like story and action and make it a little more linear than Pokemon has been recently. Not like, not trying to do like competitive Pokemon battles, trying to do a different kind of video game. I think that'd be really cool.
It would be similar enough to the Nino Kuni battle system, is kind of what I have in my head.
Yeah. I like that too. Oh, Satirical Toucan in the chat, longtime friend or fan. Jake, I missed you. You remember last year's Pokemon Presents, Jake? I remember watching your disappointed reaction. Last year was tough. All they gave us was the DLC for Scarlet and Violet at the end, and it was like, hey everybody, the DLC exists. See you next time. That was tough. But we're out. We're out of the DLC year. We're in a new year, baby. They've got something planned here. They want to make a splash. I think our expectations are set well. I think they're set well. I'm not expecting, I'm expecting one new Switch game. And that is really it. That's really what I'm expecting. And I just think it could be anything. If we get 2 new Switch games, that's just a big dub. That's a big dub. So, and here's the thing, chat. Let me get a little philosophical with you right now. Every year, several times a year, when these presentations roll around, I get these people that are like, don't get too excited. Don't set your expectations too high. Don't get your hopes up. And I'm like, guys, we're on the internet watching a 15-minute Pokemon Presents. It's okay. It's okay if we get hyped. This is the activity. The Presents is its own thing. We're having fun. It's about this moment, not about what actually happens. This is the fun thing, for me at least. So it's okay. It's all right. Don't feel free to let your hype get crazy, and then it doesn't come through, and you go, hey, that was a bad Pokemon Presents, and then tomorrow, February 28th, you move on with your life. And and then you get hyped for the next thing. I think looking forward to stuff is good for you. You can hear more about that in my latest episode of Catch My Drift with my fiance Sarah, where we tell you 30 things you didn't know about me. I talk about how much I love looking forward to stuff. I always have widgets on in my phone, Adam, of things I'm counting down the days to. So
Yes, I actually went through this where I kind of had to explain to somebody who isn't into games
yeah,
that my whole calendar in my head since I've been like 6 years old is all just game releases. It's like,
yes,
yeah, I have my birthday, I have people's birthdays, I have
yes.
Christmas. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, 29th, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is out. And then like 22nd of like March, Dragon's Dogma 2 is out. And that's just how
Yep.
my brain works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Princess Peach Showtime in there.
No.
No, I know it's falling off for me too, Adam. I read those previews. I'm getting
Does not look, it does not titillate me.
I will say though, I think it might be a fun stream game, and I might pick it up and stream it with the friends and fans. I think that might.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the thing with them sorts of games.
Yeah.
You'll always be able to make a fun stream/video out of it, regardless. Like Balan Wonderworld.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We are 13 minutes away from the Pokemon Presents. I can't believe we're already there. Getting very excited. I want to hit some. So before we hit the tip of the Tower of Titillation, I just want to see you. Gotta hit the tip. Gotta hit the tip before
Jake,
showtime.
I'm a 4-year-old child. You should not have me on this.
No. Bison Howard says Pokemon Rumble not making the tower, sad face. Listen, we love Pokemon Rumble. I think that is in the action category and the spin-off category. I would love to see Pokemon Rumble here, of course. A remake of Red would be hilarious and amazing. A 7 remake of Red? What does that mean? A 7
like
remake?
a Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Oh, yes.
Right.
No, that. Whoa. That would, yeah, dude. Imagine like Yakuza style, okay? Like a dragon style. There's like the gang, Team Rocket, and you like see them in the open world and you go up to them and you start. Oh my god, dude. That would be so fun. Oh my god. Oh, Roger Davis in the chat when I was talking about how this is the fun. So are we tailgating? Yes, exactly. We're tailgating. That is. Can I actually give a little preview? I'm preparing a present agnostic episode of Catch My Drift this week, and I think I'm going to call it Pokemon is Basketball. And the thumbnail is going to be like a picture of Pikachu, an equal sign, and just a big orange basketball.
if I knew anything about basketball, I might get it, but no.
I have a whole thing. I think it's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited for it. So you're telling me that the community of shared experiences is the point? Sounds a little fish oily. Yeah, it is a little fish oily, and nobody likes fish oil more than me. Glug 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 it up, baby. Pokemon Picross 2 incoming. Wouldn't be mad. Pokken 2. Oh man, we got a lot of ideas in the chat here. Okay, with 10 minutes remaining, I think it's time we hit the tip. All right, here we go. So I had to really ask myself, what would I think every game that could come out, that could be announced, there is a degree of, it is still a game. It is still a known quantity. I still can imagine playing it with a controller in my hands. And in that way, it is still familiar. So I had to ask myself, what would be completely unfamiliar? What would be something that I truly would not see coming that would change the rest of my day and what I was thinking about for the rest of my day?
Before you reveal it, can I put what I would have put at top?
Oh, please, yes.
A Pokemon hero shooter.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Adam, I love that idea.
It is. It genuinely could be an unbelievable game because, like, if you take, say, Overwatch or something, look at all the characters and all their abilities. You have what 800-900 Pokemon to choose from. Obviously, you can only choose maybe like 25 of them, but the opportunity, the potential is limitless of what you could have.
I mean, I feel like Pokemon Unite already has a lot of mechanics that you would use in a hero shooter, right? Because it has similarly functioning playable characters. So yeah, it's not even hard to imagine. I feel like that'd be really cool if they had some kind of a partner make that game, like how they partnered with Tencent for Unite. Really quick, secret theory. I've long suspected that Pokemon is going to one day collaborate with Hoyoverse.
Oh, yes.
Try to get out into China a little bit more. make a kind of game that they're not typically, you know, known for making. I kind of see that working, actually. A little Pokemon Hoyoverse.
Well, I could picture it almost being like Pal World.
Yeah, dude.
Where you take like a Genshin Impact style, but actually have real Pokemon in it. And then that game would literally be the biggest game ever made.
No, I know. And I wonder if that's too close to the kinds of games they make for them to want to make them. But honestly, I think a Hoyoverse Pokemon game is like the easiest way that we might get to like an open world action Pokemon game, kind of like what I was describing. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you constantly get like new character drops, but it's just new Pokemon and shit. Yeah, no, that'd be outrageous.
Money.
Yeah, I will say I'm not like a Hoyoverse person. I've spent like maybe an hour in Genshin. I don't really know anything about that world, but I know it's a very big. I know that their reach is wide. So.
Oh yeah, big time.
All right, let me hit the tip here. All right, here we go. So once again, something that would truly surprise me, something that would make it would be on my head all day. Here's what I got for you. A new Psyduck.
Like a different region variant of Psyduck.
Yeah. I want a little dude to waddle across the screen. And it's some weird genetic mutation of my favorite Pokemon. Something has happened to him. And I go, oh, my sweet boy, what have they done to you? and I was thinking about this, and I was like, you know what this would do to me? Because what it would do is I would not stop thinking about what it evolves into for weeks. It would be the only thing on my head. And I don't know. I just think Psyduck, he's one of the rare Pokemon that I believe has been in every Pokemon game, every mainline Pokemon game. And I just think that there's a lot of, he never got that psychic typing that everybody assumes he has. And he's just a pure water Pokemon. I just think that there's a wealth of opportunity there with a regional variant of Psyduck. So with 7 minutes left, everyone, this is the fully revealed Tower of Titillation for the 2024 Pokemon Day presents. These are the things that would spike the titillation meter, if you will. For me, hopefully we get one or maybe half of one. Adam, what are the chances? What are the chances that we get one of these? Give me a percentage chance.
I think the Nintendo DS Flip Open, and the Johto one kind of flips the odds in the favor of it. So I'm gonna go, but then the other ones almost have no chance of. I mean, there's never new Psyduck, probably not. I guess using the word action is quite broad. So I think you covered quite a big basis there. So
the spirit of it. Yeah.
I'm like, throw a ball. Like, come on, you're really like, you're trying to get these in here, Jake. Really big.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I will go a 60% chance that at least one of them shows up.
Lovely. Okay. Lovely. Yeah. That's all I really want here. Now, in our final 5 minutes before we start the stream, of course, I have to do chat's absolute favorite thing, which is we need to make sure that this works. So I'm gonna
no, here we go.
Yeah.
Get our eardrums blown out.
Yeah. So I think I've got it figured out here. I think I'm not gonna murder anybody, because here's the thing. This should all be set from the last time we did this. So I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna play a video from the Pokemon YouTube channel. So hopefully they've got similar vibes, similar balancing, if you will. And we will see how it goes. Okay, let me get rid of my... Where? How do I get rid of little Pikachu here? Where is little Pikachu here? What is this? The border? No, I don't want the border. I don't want the... What is this? Why is this so hard to do? Watch this. Oh, here we go. Pika. We got rid of Pika. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Okay. We're here. We've arrived, everyone. This looks normal so far. Sound is on. Let's hit it.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'm looking at the bar and it's not super high. So this is good. Okay. I think we did. I think we got it.
Pokemon can't
Is this a live stream on their channel or is this a video drop?
This is a video.
No, as in the event.
Okay.
Oh, I believe it'll. That's a good question, Adam. Let's check.
Oh, it's a live stream. Oh well, it just says upcoming.
Oh, it does. Let me see.
Yeah, but that could be that could just be a premiere. You know, the real way to pronounce that word.
I see. Okay. Let's see Sarah Ledge in the Rumble room. Oh my God, this one was loud. I apologize, chat. I apologize.
I'm so glad I can't hear the stream.
That one might have been loud. Wait, what is chat saying? Did we do it? How does it sound?
No, Roger Davis just says brace yourselves.
Well, there was that one time I pulled up the Pokemon Rumble video, and I went back in the stream and listened to it. It was awful. I felt so bad. Oh my God. All right, let's see how this looks. This is loud. This is really loud. It's just the video though. The way they made that video, I was like, dang, Pokemon. But I think we're doing good. All right. Ceruledge, dude. Do you have feelings about Ceruledge?
No, not really.
Yeah, me neither. I think people like him.
I find it very difficult to have feelings for a Pokemon that came out after you're a child. Like, there's just something about the feeling of like your favorite Pokemon. Like my favorite Pokemon is Lucario, which is probably not too hard to guess considering Gen 4 is my favorite gen.
Right.
And I just think going after that, it's like once the childhood nostalgia is gone, then I don't know.
Gotcha. Wait, so your actual favorite Pokemon out of all of them is Lucario?
Oh yeah. He's been since I hatched that egg. He has been.
Since you hatched the egg.
Yeah.
That rules. That's actually awesome.
So I was there. I'm not one of these people that retroactively like Lucario. I liked them back when it was cool. Like how I played Minecraft in Alpha.
I think it's cool that your favorite Pokemon is a playable character in Smash Brothers. That rules.
Yeah, he was always, even though I could not play as him, I was a Link main whenever I did play Smash, but I could never play Lucario. It was too complicated.
Yeah, Lucario is kind of tough to play. He's got some floaty stuff going on. He's kind of a weirdo. All right, people in chat are saying it sounds good, but Bungle also said it's pronounced and then wrote out the word, which is a pet peeve of mine in chat when they try to tell me how things are pronounced, but they just spell the word. And
No, it's because I pronounce premiere the right way.
Oh, we're only 1 minute away, Adam.
Yeah, because Americans say premiere, and that always grinds my gears.
Oh, it's here.
Oh, it's here?
It's beginning shortly.
Oh, yeah, I'm on their YouTube channel here.
Lovely. Wow, I can't believe we're this close. Chat, this is exciting. We're here. Wow, I can't believe it. Honestly, the time flew by for me. Time flew by. That was a fun pre-show. Thanks for hanging out. I think we actually spaced out the Tower of Titillation very well.
Yeah, I thought, I was really thinking, I was like, what are we going to talk about for an hour and a half? But
I can't, we did it.
Put two wafflers into a room together and they'll waffle for an hour and a half.
I had some French toast this morning for breakfast.
Oh.
Kind of like a waffle,
No, 57.
Oh. Should I do a refresh or something? I hate the new YouTube.
Oh no, you're miles behind me.
Let me do a refresh.
Well, here we go. Yeah, we're thereabouts. I'm like,
okay, great.
4 seconds off you.
Chat, we've arrived.
Okay, I'm gonna have to contain my reaction for at least about 4 seconds. Just delay it.
Now, chat, keep me abreast of the sound. Keep me abreast of how things are if you want things to be quieter or louder. But remember, specify. Stream louder. Stream. Don't just say louder, because it could be me. But we're 15 seconds out. Wow, this is fun. Okay. Now get ready for the mobile stuff, Adam. They always start with the trading card game and the mobile stuff.
Yeah, Pokemon Unite update. Another flipping game. Yeah.
Oh, chat says it sounds good now. All right. Listen, I kind of like Unite. I've been thinking about getting into it. Chat, we're going to talk later about if I should
it has
stream
like genuine pay-to-win elements in it. That's why I liked Unite until that happened.
Okay, we're starting with Pikachu, dude. Oh, Pikachu and Unknown. Adam, what is this?
Let's go Unknown, maybe? Oh, that's
Something's happening, Adam. This is something. This is something. Okay, no, it's not. It was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. I'm so sorry.
Hello everyone.
Ishihara?
I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company. Today, February 27, is Pokemon Day.
Yep.
This is the date that the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan.
I'm getting sweaty,
Our
says
adventures with
Bungle.
Pokemon, which started with the simple fun of collecting, trading, and battling in the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games.
Stream sound up
have
a tad. You
expanded
got it.
To fit into so many facets of daily life, including walking and sleeping. We'll keep challenging ourselves to create new ways to enjoy Pokemon, and we hope you'll continue your adventures with us. Today, we will be bringing you all the latest news about Pokemon, including our newest titles.
Newest titles,
Mr.
Adam. It's coming.
Infinia, Please take it away.
Wow. Okay. Lock in, everybody. Guys, this is going to be good. I'm excited.
From the Pokemon Company. I hope everyone has enjoyed their adventures in the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games so far. To commemorate Pokemon Day, we've planned a series of Terra Raid battle events.
Hey,
where
I'm
you'll be
into
able to
this.
face off against a mighty Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard.
Dude, it's awesome that
The
we're
first
doing
of
this
these Terra
first.
Raid battle
This means
events
something
will
to me.
begin
You
tomorrow.
know?
We hope you will all enjoy.
yeah. My
these
dad
games.
is. I've never told you. My
Today,
dad is like
I'd also like to share
super
the
into these
latest
games.
updates on a number of our other games. Please have a look at this.
Oh. Okay, we're doing some up. Okay, I like how they're doing this, Adam. I think we got a nice little pace set here. Hey, I'm okay with this. We're going in. We're going in, baby. Stream up a little bit. You got it. You got it, Jamie. Stream up a little bit.
Collaboration event
Oh,
with
it got a little
Pokemon
louder,
Go
don't
is
worry.
on its way.
Oh, fun.
Pikachu wearing Cap's hat is making its debut. It even knows an attack new to Pokemon Go, Volt Tackle.
I'll get a little Pikachu with a hat.
Charcadet, Armarouge, and Ceruledge are coming too. And Liko and Roy will be dropping in when you snap a pick and go snapshot. So set out on an adventure with your new friends.
Are they the guys from the new anime?
Yes.
Yeah, I know
Adam,
nothing about that.
The pace of this is much faster than they typically do. What is this transition? Hey, I love this. This is good. Guys, this is a good. They improved the pacing. This is a good sign. Oh, Adam, this is our second Johto thing we're seeing now. The unknown Johto. Raikou, this is a Johto thing. Oh, dude, could you imagine? You're just living your life and this guy wakes up next, you wake up next to this guy.
Zaps you awake.
Oh. Chat, I think we're getting Johto. I think it's happening. I'm feeling the vibes. No, there's all three of them. Pokemon Master Sex.
Now, I never give up.
Jake, you child, you child.
What? It's the name of the game. Pokemon Master
We're the
Sex.
greatest in the
Hey,
world. You're the greatest and strongest partner
Adam,
I could ask
Johto.
for.
Yeah, I know. I saw the games.
What is happening? Chat, I can't believe we're all gonna see this.
There's my man.
Hey, yeah. Man, we are flying. Oh, this is my least favorite of the spin-offs, I will say.
Apparently, the food in the Poke Cafe in Japan is absolutely terrible.
Well, yeah, but yeah. All right, I'm about to say something really toxic, and I need chat not to judge me for it. Gimme Ghoul reminds me of myself.
Why?
I see myself in Gimme Ghoul. I just do. I look at his face and I go, "That's me." And I know that that's toxic, but it's true. It's okay. Unite. I want to see you. I always like seeing Unite.
Yeah, I really liked it until it became apparent that it was very, very pay to win. I guess that's just a 10-cent sort of influence on it.
I like Miraidon. He's a cool guy. Ooh, this guy's coming to Unite. That's fun. Little bugs. Oh, and there's wow. Okay, I guess he's relevant. Chat responding to me saying Give Me Cool reminds me of myself is hilarious. I'm dying, dude. It is incredibly charged with meaning. I think that's all of them, right?
Oh.
Yep, here we go. It's the music, Adam. The music.
Yeah, I know. I hear it. I hear
Chat,
it.
is it happening, chat?
Was he right? Was he right?
Moving on, please have a look at this video.
Oh my god. Oh my god, chat.
Where's the DS? Where's the DS?
Trading card game?
Okay.
Okay. Wait a second. Wait, no. This might be good.
Let's get all the kids into gambling.
Yeah. So, new spin-off, mobile game, a card game. Listen. We could have worse spin-offs. Nobody's playing the card game yet, though. Oh no. Hold, chat, hold. No. Nobody's playing the card game. Oh no, chat!
Oh, it's like NFTs.
No, chat, no!
Oh.
Okay, all right, we're okay. Phew! Hey, this is good because it's not the bad online card game that already exists. Immersive cards. A little Marvel.
That is cool.
Hey! Little Marvel Snap vibes. Wait, why does that rule so much?
That is, well, I mean, the art on the cards has always been fantastic. Just gives you a way to explore them.
Chat, I gotta say, I think this is a W.
Yeah.
I think this is a W.
Been years since I've been into Pokemon cards, but
Trading card
that is
game
the way
pocket.
to do it.
Very cool. Oh. That's how you get people in, dude.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Hey, good job, Pokemon Company, good job.
What you just saw was the world's
was weird.
first look at Pokemon trading card game.
Weird
Pocket.
editing there. That's
This
fine.
game lets you easily collect Pokemon cards, which players all over the world have enjoyed since they debuted in 1996, but in a new digital format.
Cool. Good
The
job.
Pokemon Company is developing this game as a three-party collaboration with Creatures Inc., the creators of the Pokemon trading card game, and DNA, our partners in the development of Pokemon Masters EX. To mark the
that's
launch
how
of
you
this
say
title, here's a message from Mr. Yuji Kitano, President and CEO of Creatures. Mr. Kitano, take it away.
Hello everyone, I'm Yuji Kitano from Creatures Inc. I'd like to start by thanking everyone for enjoying the Pokemon trading card game. With Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, we hope to bring you all a new way to enjoy the Pokemon trading card game, so we are hard at work developing digital cards. When we develop physical cards, we strive to please by taking great care with our paper quality, colors, and printing process. Since this game uses mobile devices rather than paper, we're challenging ourselves to express that care in new ways that are only possible digitally, such as using the characteristics of the screen to show off brilliant colors and stylish effects.
I mean that's cool. They're not phoning it in, you know?
One way we're accomplishing this is with
Oh, it does look
immersive
high
cards,
quality.
Yeah.
which give players the experience of leaping
They very
into the
easily
world
could
of
have
the
just-
card illustration.
Yeah.
Like just spat them onto
What's
an
more,
app and
we've
everyone
developed
would
new
have
streamlined
bought
game
it. So
rules based on our existing battle system, so you can enjoy a
Hey,
quick
that looks
battle
good.
during the free
It looks
moments
good in
your
motion. What they're showing on the screen, like the amount of space things take, it looked nice, like readable. Yeah.
day. Our three companies are all working hard to deliver a fun experience for those of you who already enjoy the Pokemon trading card game, as well as those who've never played before.
Okay, based on the amount of time we're spending
We hope
talking
you
about
look
this,
forward to the results
is
of
this
our
it?
latest efforts in the world of the Pokemon trading card
It kinda
game,
feel- it kinda
Pokemon
feels like this
Trading
is
Card
it.
Game Pocket. Thank you
Adam-
so much.
Oh no.
Thank you,
Okay,
Mr.
wait.
Kitano.
Mate,
We plan
think it
to
might
launch
be
there
the
has to be
Pokemon
one
Trading
more, one
Card
more,
Game
one more.
Pocket within 2024.
Okay.
Please look forward to more details in the future.
I know.
Just one more thing.
Just one
We'd
more
like to
thing.
end today's presentation with one final video for you all.
I'm nervous, Adam. I'm
Thank
nervous.
you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot riding on this. All right, Pikachu's been with us the whole time.
Okay,
All
the
right,
unknowns are
the
coming back.
unknown are back. Okay, that's something.
This is a title of a game.
Oh, good call. There's probably something in that.
Yep.
What does it spell? What does it spell, chat? I didn't read it. Question mark? What's happening?
That's the title of the game. That has to be. And are they even going to show anything else?
No. That okay. Thank God. Jesus Christ. Oh, Adam, they almost took me down. They almost took me down live for chat. Okay, there it is again. Arceus symbol in the top right corner.
Yeah, that's what it's reading like.
New Legends game. New Legends kind of game. We're going. Look, it's like yeah.
That's like That's
Yep. It's evoking
French,
an era.
English. Yeah.
Cool. All right, we're in chat. We're good. Whoa, dude. Feels very Gen 5. Feels very Unova.
Feels very Assassin's Creed Animus. Maybe your future past thing is real, Jake.
Yeah, I know. I think it's happening. I think I got it actually. Black 0, white 3.
Jake, if it's called that, I'm leaving the stream. I'm never talking to you again. There's no way you could predict that.
I don't know. This is pretty weird. Something's happening. Okay, there's some battling happening.
Yeah, there's the Eiffel Tower.
Do we think that this is like a Sim City situation?
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
That is black. And that is
Yeah,
the
that's
city
like
in black.
Yeah. Lumio City, there you go. That's from X and Y.
Yeah, and it says urban. Yeah, oh yeah, urban. Yeah, because that's. Oh!
Oh, whoa, Adam, whoa!
Is that a futuristic Legends game?
What is this? Z Delta? Simultaneously
Oh, that's
in
a
the
launch
world.
title.
Next year.
That's a launch title.
Do you think so? You think they're not going for that early Legends January thing? Oh, wait, Mega Evolution is back. Okay, Mega Evolution is back. Chat, I'm left with more questions than answers.
Is that a cross-gen?
Is it over?
Is that, Jake, is that the first...
Hey, there's me. Why? That's weird.
Jake, is that the first Switch 2 game we've ever seen?
Okay. That is an interesting question. Let's talk about this. Let me pull this back up. Let's analyze. Go into analyzation mode. Okay. Chat, it's over. It's over. We did it. This is a W, says Versus Gamer. Mega Evolution is coming back. All right. I feel pretty good about that presentation. I'm not going to lie. But, okay. So, urban development urban redevelopment plan. So they're doing, is that like a joke? Are they doing a joke? Because Pokemon Z was like canceled. That's like the lore. And now we're finally getting Pokemon Z. Is that what's happening? Chat, what do you think about this? Chat, I'm like blown away right now. I don't know what to think.
I'm going to pull up the unknown alphabet here.
Yeah, pull up, please, Adam, please. I have a hard time reading unknown. I'm not talented.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm gonna be totally honest. I've never done this before, but I'll give it my best shot here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up when it was all the unknowns standing in a line.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing here. I have the side by side.
Chat, what is this? What is this?
Okay.
I cannot believe they used the word
first
Legends.
letter is S.
Okay.
Second letter is
O?
O.
Okay. And then that has to be E.
Yeah, E. S-O-E.
Y-U-E?
So it's S-O-E-Y. And then we have... God, this is U. S-O-E-Y-U-E.
What's that about, chat? What's that about? S-O-E-Y-U-E. And now I'm trying to think of like X and Y stuff, if it's like an acronym. You know what I mean? I don't think it's an anagram for anything, because if you mix those letters around, it doesn't have the right like it doesn't. There's nothing you can get out of that. But I'm trying to think of like things in Pokemon X and Y. It translates to April. How dare you, Bison? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. It says see you.
Oh yeah, wait, did I just mess up the letters?
It says see you. See you? Question mark? No, you didn't mess up the letters because they would be the
it's
same.
SOEY.
It's definitely OE.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't, yeah. Yeah, chat doesn't know. Chat doesn't know. This is weird. Oh man, this is crazy. All right, I really want to take this in now, knowing what it is. So first off, I kind of want like a press release or something because it's like Legends Z, and then there's something else. So I'm curious what that final thing is. I'm gonna see if there's any. So it's Pokemon Legends game coming 2025. And then what's all this nonsense? Okay, a vision of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. So to me, what's going on here, Adam, is this is clearly a progression from the first
it's
Legends
a future.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like where the first one was like, oh man, we don't really know how to coexist with Pokemon. Now we've gone into the future and we have figured it out. So that's the kind of like world we're looking at. I think using the name Legends does imply that it will use the same like mechanics. It is mechanically a new Legends game, which is
hallelujah.
And Adam, it's not coming out this year. It's coming out in 2025.
I know. So go back to my question. Is that the first Switch 2 game? I now, you know, that's a bit of a weird question because Metroid Prime 4 could also be potentially the first Switch 2 game that we've ever seen. But apart from Metroid Prime 4, is this the first Switch 2 game we've ever seen?
I think there's a chance. I think the fact that it's just the CG teaser. I think the fact that it's not coming this year and it's coming in 2025.
Yep.
I think that is something that you could change last minute. You could change that little end card. I really got to look at this. We gotta. Was
there a Switch logo on it?
No.
Yes, there was a Nintendo Switch
there was
logo at the end. Yes.
Okay. Let's keep looking then. So what is this? Okay, so Lumio City, that's like a reveal. Interesting. So you can an urban redevelop. That's okay, so this is the part that I find most interesting. Because why would it be redevelopment? Why not development? Chat, let me know your theories. Is it what I think? Is it what I think? And it's they're doing like a wink at the fact that we never got Z, and it's like, oh, it was in development, it was canceled, now it's being redeveloped as a Legends game.
And is that official that it was in development? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty openly talk. So first off, I gotta say this right here is hot, and something I want to point out about this chat: black and white. I'm just saying. You know,
you're getting into the Nintendo YouTuber level of.
So, and here's what else we have going on. This Z, it's green and it has that pattern for Zygarde. That is obviously evoking the Pokemon Z that never got his own game, Zygarde. Zygarde was the legendary. He got introduced weirdly in like the Sun and Moon games, even though he was obviously for. So there's a lot of stuff going on here that I think now we get to really focus on and do. Yeah. There's something happening here. This is very interesting. And then Z dash. What is this? This is the part that is throwing me off.
Z, because it's not alpha, it's not delta either.
It's not delta? I thought it was delta.
No, because a delta is a continuous triangle, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So it's just like a weird, yeah.
Just let me delta symbol. Just let me.
Yeah, please.
Double check that. But yeah, delta is a triangle.
Now, okay, Line
Could
of
that be
Demise.
V upside down?
So Lion of Demise is making a great point here. In Pokemon X and Y, the story focused largely on an old guy named AZ, and this kind of looks like Z-A.
Oh.
So, and I mean, like, so maybe they're doing an A thing. It's feel like it's related to yeah. Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, that seems to make sense to me.
I'm looking for I'm sure it's up by now, a Pokemon press release. I think people are calling it Pokemon Legends Z, but I think wow, I gotta tell you guys, nobody saw this coming. We were all talking about Gen 2 and we were talking about Gen 5. Nobody was talking about Pokemon X and Y. Oh, okay, Pokemon Legends Z-A. It's ZA. Pokemon Legends ZA is the name. Whoa. Chat, what do we think about that? ZA. I got to tell you, it's shockingly close to Black 0, White 3, I got to say. Z to A, 0 to 3. It's close. Adam, did we not have a conversation about I want a name to make me go, what is that? We did. We had a conversation about that. I wanted a weird name.
Jake, I'll go back to the last stream where you were predicting stuff, where for anybody who watched Podcast Beyond or any of the old kind of funny stuff with Colin and Greg, they were the masters of moving the boundaries so that they would get these like 0.75 points because they threw in an extra word here. And once again, you're putting in throwing a ball.
Throwing a ball.
You're
Which
watching a Pokemon stream and you're putting in throwing a ball.
No one threw a ball.
I know, but and then you're putting in the word action. A singular word.
That's what the A stands for. That's what the A stands for.
And now you're trying to, you had the prediction of Black 0, White 3, and you're trying to gain some points from the follow-on line that you had from that.
Yeah. Well, listen, I do think that like it's a from this to this, from Z to A, from 0 to 3. I think that there is something there. And I do think that the A in ZA probably stands for action. So it's,
Oh, yeah, there you go. And guess what, Jake? There was probably in the background of that stream behind a building or somewhere off in the land in Paris land or whatever region it's called. They were throwing a Pokeball behind that building, but we can't see.
I'm really watching it closely. This is, I got to tell you, chat, I think we won. I think we won in this presentation. I think like, oh man, is this a Switch 2 game? Jesus, dude. Okay, what is going on here, chat? I feel like I'm seeing some Pokemon here I don't recognize. What are those little guys? What are these little guys?
That's
is it the unevolved form of this guy? Litleo?
Yeah, Litleo. Yeah, I was trying to think of his name.
Do you think there's anything we should be getting out of this very weird art style choice for the CG trailer, or is this just a creative advertisement?
No, well, I think my first guess when they did the sketches. Now I need to preface this: I'm no Pokemon expert. I never claimed to be, but I thought they were going for like a past future kind of thing, but I think they're just going completely futuristic. Where I think all them lines, like as I said, it reminds me of like the Animus from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
when the world is being built around you.
Yeah.
So I think that's like some weird future. I think it's alluding to some futuristic stuff.
I mean, you're right though. Yeah,
that almost looks Victorian to me.
No, I agree. Yeah. I mean,
and it is obviously based off old like French architecture, which is English architecture.
And
at some
the
point
way
as
that
well.
the way that they're composing this image, using like starting from the basic shapes and then like building it up, there's something that is being communicated here about progression. And I also think like Z to A that implies a progression or a spectrum of something. And I do think it's weird that it's like going back in time, but I don't, or Z to A instead of A to Z.
Yeah, it would mean that it's starting in the future and ending in the past. If we're really looking at that angle, if it is Z to A, then it's starting in the future, and maybe in this world they've learned how to travel into the past.
Oh wait, we got something happened, Adam. We got like Josie and her viewers raided us.
Oh.
Something happened.
Jake,
I believe
you've been raided.
I believe I've been raided. Oh my God. Hello. I don't know when it happened though. I just saw the notification and it ran away. Josie Woe, yo, if you're here from Josie Woe, thanks for coming by. We're freaking out, chat. We're freaking out. We did not see this coming. There, Josie's in the chat. Josie, what did you think of this? We thought it was a W. Josie chatters, thanks for joining us. So just to catch everybody up, everybody that's new to the stream, before we started up, we of course, we discussed the Tower of Titillation. Hold on here. Hold on. And we had the things that we were hyped about, but now we of course are watching this stream. We've watched the Pokemon stream. We are, I think, both pretty happy with the way it went down. Very good, comfortable pace. nice little focus on that new trading card game, which looks like a W. I love Marvel Snap on my phone. I'll play some Pokemon cards. Get 2 free packs every day. Adam, you gonna log into that game every day to get your 2 free packs?
I will download it and probably, just like Pokemon Go, give up after 2 days.
Adam, no. What if you get that little notification and it says, hey, you've got your free packs. You're not going to open them?
Jake, I'm one of them weirdos that turns off every single notification on his phone.
Oh, my fiance Sarah is the same way. She is on Do Not Disturb all day.
Yeah. My phone is always on silent.
Yeah. But I like this. I feel like they're focusing on the things that people like about the Pokemon trading cards, which is kind of like the collecting, how they look, experiencing the art of the cards in a new way. I think that's really fun. I feel like I'm getting a lot of you pick your favorite Pokemon card, and that's like your new phone wallpaper out of this. Yeah. And I think that's kind of cool. And I think it'll be fun for me personally to just be like, oh man, I got a side-up card today. That's kind of hype on its own. So I'm excited about this. I do think it's funny that it says in the corner of this trailer that trading may not be available at launch, as if that is some incredibly difficult thing for them to figure out. But that's just how they do it. But yeah, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket looks really good. But then, of course, the big thing that we're talking about is the new Legends Z2A game, ZA, I guess. Oh, Josie said she was super hyped for this stream. Okay, yeah, we all like it. Yeah, it looked interesting. The presentation was paced out pretty well. Yeah, and I'm just like, I find this to be really interesting because of how big of a departure it is from how the Pokemon Company typically advertises and talks about their games. I think, first off, wow, that's cool. You see this little moment happening here with this trainer? Like, something's going on with this Dragonair, and this trainer throws a ball at him. I'm just saying, throws a ball.
All right, you got it right.
I know.
Jake, just let me lay this out for everybody in the chat. Jake predicted that on a Pokemon live stream there will be throwing of a ball.
Yeah.
In a Pokemon live stream. Everybody, give Jake a round of applause in the chat. Show him how intelligent he is and how good he is at predicting the future.
Round of applause, please. Round of applause.
There you go, Jake.
Let's talk about this map really quick. So this is like that main town that in X and Y, it was like a circle, and that was really cool. It was like 3DS.
Yeah, you get to skate around it.
Yeah, you get to skate around it, exactly. Well, first off, skating in this game, can't wait. Can't wait. That's going to be a good time. Give me like Jet Set Radio, full on, I'm grinding. Okay, thank you, chat. Thank you, chat, for clapping. Thank you very much. thank you for the claps.
Jake. Somebody said, in air quotes, Mario will jump. That's exactly what you said. Just...
Okay, that's because I've made that bet in the past. Will Mario jump? I've asked people, will Mario jump?
That is some deep Jake lore I didn't know.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the claps. Do you feel that this area is the entirety of it is the hub and you go out on missions like on Legends Arceus, or do you feel that this is the game? This is where the game takes place.
Oh, nah, they couldn't have a Pokemon game in a town, could they? Now, I would like to see where they would take that. It would be interesting. But I really like the Legends Arceus formula.
I know, me too, but there's something about looking at this map where I feel like I'm seeing bespoke sections. I'm seeing like different areas you can go in that are like the different environments. And I do wonder if the thing that they're doing in this game is, what if a Pokemon game in a city? In a city. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing where they would take that. Think about that, because think about this. You're not only running around the city and having like Pokemon battles like in the streets, by the cars, by the people walking around, all that stuff. You're going into buildings. You're going into basements. You're going onto rooftops. You're like full on. Yeah. What if you know what I'm saying? I think
that would. And also, what about the redevelopment plan? Is the whole goal of the game is that you are building up the town?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
That could be interesting. I would not be opposed to seeing that.
I think something's happening here. I think they're doing a Pokemon game in a city, and that is how you make it a. Remember how earlier in the stream I was talking about how like these Pokemon games need to be individual pitches? It needs to be immediately obvious. What is the thing that makes this Pokemon game different from the other ones? They're still using the Legends name, which I find surprising. But I think if that Legends game was all about going out into these very like undeveloped environments in nature. That's the whole point. You are out in nature
Yeah.
with the Pokemon. What if this is the exact opposite? And this is that vision of the Pokemon and the people living together. Imagine the side quests of doing stuff in this city. You meet little people and you're like running errands for them. You're getting Pokemon to build stuff.
Great idea.
Yeah.
But Game Freak and
I don't
dialogue.
know, Adam. I don't know.
Jake, Game Freak and dialogue do
Okay.
not go together.
That's interesting. You're right. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. But
I
yeah.
would love to see that because it would be cool. You're going around, you're helping all the townspeople. But
Right.
I can envision myself with the A button just absolutely mashing it through every single last bit of dialogue.
I will say that the first Legends game was really the first Pokemon game to go hard in on side quests. It was really the
Yes.
first one. So to see that idea evolve now into something like a Yakuza, into something more akin to a lot of like modern open world games, I do think that maybe that's what's happening. And again, I gotta say, the most interesting thing here is that this game is not coming out this year. That is the most interesting thing.
Yep.
Man, that makes the man, it really makes you wonder if something happened. It makes you wonder, Adam, because how do they not have a game coming out this year? How?
Maybe they
Yeah, tell me.
finally took an extra 6 months to polish.
I think
Maybe.
that's what happened. I think that that statement about how we are, I cannot believe I'm saying this. I think it actually happened. I think they meant that statement of we don't want to come out with one of these ones that are,
And
man.
I hope to God that is true because that's all Scarlet and Violet was missing. Like literally the only thing that was missing.
Yeah, expectations are through the roof for this. The third game that X and Y never got, the sequel to Legends that the fans really want. There is so much lining up here. There is so much coming together. I almost can't believe it. Did they push it back for polish or did they push it back because Switch 2 got pushed back? I'm really torn on this, Adam.
Yep.
Because what if I am completely wrong and they wanted to have a Switch 2 launch title? Is that possible? Am I correct? Listen, dude. I know how stupid that sounds. That goes counter to everything Pokemon has ever done and everything the company stands for. But like, this is so weird. This is a weird coincidence. Yeah.
Well, I think that could kind of go more towards showing that the fact that the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe it could be again, as I predicted, like
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4, a cross-gen game. Because I think in a world like historically, Game Freak want to, as you said, take the game to where the most people are. So why not have it as a launch title and also have it backwards compatible? So then you get the best of both worlds, where the Switch 2 version runs really well. The Switch version runs pretty poorly, as other Pokemon games have done on the Switch.
Yeah.
But people don't really care about that.
So people getting it there don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, you're raising some good points. I think you might be onto something. Let me tell you why. Pokemon Black 2, White 2. DSi enhanced features.
Really?
Yes.
Is that the only game that did that?
It used the cameras. You could full on video call someone.
That's actually really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you look it up. It's wild. And Pokemon for the 3DS Pokemon games, vastly improved performance on new 3DS. So this has happened. This has happened.
Yes.
This is not a completely. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I could see that being part of the pitch. It just runs a little bit better on that Switch too. It's man, Chad. This stream is making me think things that I didn't think were in the cards. So yeah, I don't know. I'm Jake. Pick up my 3DS calls. LOL, dude. I'll do it. You get my friend code. We'll call. I'll call you on DSi, dude. Man, I feel like there's something I'm missing in this, though. I feel like there is. I'm curious if other people online have picked up on things that I'm not seeing in this. I'm seeing a lot of people very happy about just there being another game called Legends.
Yeah, well, I am too. I think that's a brilliant idea. Because like, if I'm being honest, Legends was the reason why I really wanted to get back into Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I played Sword and Shield and was annoyed by them. And
Yeah.
even before that, with Sun and Moon and all that, I played 10, 15 hours of them and then just fell off them. But then I played Legends Arceus. So I was like, oh God, this game is good. This
Man.
I want to play Pokemon now. Whereas beforehand, I didn't.
I gotta tell you, I'm really glad that it ended up not being a black-white thing, because now maybe, Adam, we'll never hear about patterns again.
Yeah, but then what do us people that sit here on streams talk about?
We do Towers of Titillation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody needs to do from now on. Play it back at 0.25, says somebody in chat. You got it. Man, dude, so much surprising stuff here. So here's kind of an interesting. I got an interesting take for you. The Nintendo Switch seems increasingly like it is having a light year.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people were expecting Pokemon to actually do some heavy lifting for the Switch this year. To kind of come in at that holiday game, give it a little reprieve, help those sales. Now I'm really confused about what the Switch's plan is for this year. You know?
I just think we're looking at a Nintendo that was forced to change their plans.
Dang.
And unfortunately, the thing is, the Switch has been a very smooth ride with constant Nintendo releases.
Yeah.
Whereas I think at some point, the train had to be derailed. I don't think, Nintendo very clearly understand how to predict crap and how to keep things going.
Yeah.
And at some point, that train just has to derail. And I think that's what we're seeing now.
Man, it's hard to believe they've been winning for so long.
Yep.
I'm surprised that it actually happened. Watching this at 0.25 speed, I have a new take for you.
Okay, here we go, Jake.
Okay. I think I understand why we start from this and then go into the 3D. So, Pokemon X and Y, the X-axis and the Y-axis. And then Z is the 3D one. And I think, yeah, you see what I'm saying here? So
that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah. And then it's cool because the first shot you get when things transform, okay, so it's happening. We go to this little logo thing, is like you're doing the Z axis. You're going that way. So it's like the 3D-ness of it all. So I think I think maybe that's what they're trying to communicate.
Oh, it does. That makes that actually, Jake. I really thought you were going to say something completely bonkers that didn't make any sense.
No.
But,
I'm on the case.
Yeah, you're on the ball.
Call me Detective Pikachu.
I will.
Yeah. What is the Tower of Titillation? Oh, DG. It was the entire first hour and a half of the stream where we talked about what we wanted to see. Pokemon Twitter is officially calling it Pokemon Legends ZA. Yeah, we saw in the press release it's called ZA. Yeah, so that's official. The biggest thing Legends has over Scarlet and Violet is how it doesn't force you into a fight every time you trip on a Pokemon. Dude,
yes.
Don't even get me started on what Legends has over Scarlet and Violet.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's just the friction of Pokemon that they need to get rid of, and they proved they could get rid of it.
Chat. Furfro, the Pokemon in Pokemon X and Y that you could give it different styles and haircuts and whatever. Did we have this one before? That one looks new to me. I'm Googling chat. We'll get back to you. Furfro forms. Is there one with like a weird hat with pearls around it? Chat, I'm seeing no. I think that looks like new sauce. Unless I'm unfamiliar. Oh, okay, wait. There's more forms. I still think chat, is this new? I think it's new. No, not new, says Versus Gamer. Not new. All right. Well, okay. All right. I guess I don't know anything. Got a lot of X and Y Pokemon here, though. We got those little flower guys that people like that Az was friends with.
Baby.
Flabebe. Wow, nice, Adam.
Pull that one out of my backside.
Are you sure it's Flabebe and not Floette?
Now
not.
you have me stumped.
Yeah, see, I don't know which is which. Man, this is cool.
It's Flabebe.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
I was right.
We got a Hawlucha there next to this trainer. Man, I'm really curious about this because, like I said before, I think it's important for Pokemon games to have distinct art styles and presentations and brands and whatever. And I think like this is kind of, you know, selling me on that idea that is important for them. And I don't think you can have this trailer and then have a new Legends game come out and it just kind of looks like the last Legends game. I also don't think that art style really makes sense in like a big city. So something has to change. I don't think it'll look anything like this.
Could this be alluding to some form of a simulation?
Yes, I do think that is a possibility. Yes. And like I would need to research my Zygarde lore to see what Zygarde is all about, but like is there some element of Zygarde that's like about collecting data?
Yeah.
I think so because it starts out at like Zygarde 1% or something and then you build it up all the way to like Zygarde 100% with some like computer device. So I do think that there is like more storytelling here happening than you might think at first blush. I'm surprised by how many people are in this walking around. I think that's a good sign. I think that's cool. I think that's what you want to see in this. This is obviously a Pokemon battle too, happening between two people just on the street, which I think is exciting too. Man, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of like, this has all the makings of something good. There's a lot of green flags here.
Yep.
Man, is that a Heracross back there? Yeah, Heracross and Pinsir. We caught a Heracross on my Heart Gold stream. It's on the team. His name is Doubtful.
What's your team on Heart Gold?
We've got a Totodile named Big Toe. Okay. We have a Paris named Two Piece. He's got 2 claws, 2 piece. We've got Doubtful the Heracross. We've got a Bellsprout named Brussel.
That's a good name.
Yeah, thank you. And we've got, I think we've got kind of like a flex spot, and it can either be like a Mareep or a Togepi or one other thing.
Yeah, I like the Mareep. Ampharos was one of my favorite in that game.
Okay, chat keeps telling me to invest in that Mareep. They're like, you got to see it through.
I'm telling you, Jake, he's unbelievable.
All right.
Ampharos.
All right. How about the new Mega Evolutions? Oh, good call, chat. Good call, CJ. So yeah, they end with, it is funny that they end with that. So I guess they have some preconceived idea about how, it's still going at 0.25 speed. I was like, why is this not moving? About how the fan base feels about Mega Evolution. They do understand that is a fan favorite thing. So to end this announcement and be like, oh, here's the Mega Evolution logo. I think chat, CJ, you are correct that there will be new Mega Evolutions in this game, 100%. And maybe that's how we get a new Psyduck form.
Jake.
What? It could happen, Adam.
It could.
It could.
But your list is becoming more and more plausible as we go along.
I just think I got everything on my list at the end of the day. I
personally think, Jake, you're just a wordsmith.
Oh, wow.
That knows how to work his way around. Sorry, I think you might be a good lawyer, maybe, Jake. Would you?
Oh my god. You know, I took the LSATs, Adam, the test you have to take to go to law school here. I did quite well.
Did you?
I did, but I didn't want to go. I couldn't do it. I couldn't sign my life.
Yeah. I did undergraduate law and left it at that.
DG wants to know: will you be live streaming Pokemon Heart Gold today? Maybe. I'll let you know, chat. I'm definitely gonna, after the stream, I'm gonna do a little bio break, but then maybe I come back in the afternoon. I think I probably will. I think I'm in the Pokemon mood.
I'm also kind of want to download Arceus now.
Adam, we got to do some kind of Pokemon game playing together. I think that'd be so fun. We got to figure that out. I don't know what we would do though.
They made a proper multiplayer Pokemon game.
I know. Well, listen, in Scarlet and Violet, you can just run around together. It's dumb because there's nothing to do, but you can be in the open world together. So, yeah. Oh, Mega Sylveon. That's a good pick. Is there not already a Mega Sylveon? That seems like a miss.
I thought there was.
Yeah, me too. I guess not. But Mega Soul, that's a great pick. I would lock that in. That's easily. We could definitely get a regional there. We didn't have regionals back in X and Y. Oh, cool. So there is a chance that there will be regional Kalos Pokemon, and we could see Colosian Psyduck. Honestly, that could happen. So that's now my yes, that's very good. Adam, I gotta tell you, as we're kind of getting close to the end of our stream time here, I'm kind of blown away by how much I liked this.
Yep.
I'm kind of blown away. I actually think they might have listened to the feedback about the pacing of prior presentations. Is this the new era of Game Freak and Pokemon Company listening to the fans?
I don't think we want to counter chickens.
No,
before
of course
they
not.
hatch.
Of course not. But like, I'm seeing so many green flags in this that it's blowing my mind. Yeah, man. Even the Pokemon card game, the mobile game, I'm like, they could have just ported over the bad one that nobody likes that currently exists. And they're like, no, we're going to do a new good thing that actually speaks to the reason why a lot of people like these cards. Remember how long that trailer went, Adam, before they showed the battling?
Yep.
I was sitting here going, oh no, they are not going to battle in this game. I was having a moment. And then they went, no, you can. But that's not why a lot of Pokemon fans even like these cards. Yeah. And we're going to give you 2 free packs a day. They're like, there's a weird amount of we see you happening in this presentation. Yep. Like, oh, people want a new Legends game. We see you. People like, people want us to take longer to develop these games and polish them. We see you. There's something's happening here. Man.
If this was two or 3 years ago, I would have expected that to be an NFT app. That was when I first saw that, I was like, oh no, these are Pokemon NFTs, aren't they? These are Pokemon card NFTs, but no, they're not.
I know. And okay, I want to bring up something that Tiz says in chat. Jake, you say that, but they teased the hell out of Johto. Okay. I think that this is an interesting point because you are right. They teased the hell out of Johto throughout this entire presentation. Makes you wonder, did plans change? Was this stuff supposed to align with some Johto thing that has now been moved around? Maybe because of what's going on with the Switch and the Switch 2. Maybe because of other things. Maybe because they want more time to develop these games. Like, I don't know. But like, you're right. They are objectively teasing like a Johto game. Like, period. Yeah.
Yes, I know we're talking about patterns and all that, but that was the exact same release schedule as Legends and Scarlet and Violet, wasn't it? It was Legends came first in January of the year, and then Scarlet and Violet came in November of the year.
So, yes, Adam,
I'm not sure
true.
if plans have changed.
Adam, here's the other thing. Could they do a Pokemon Presents around June like they typically do, and they say, hey, this fall, here's a normal remake coming out?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Because that's what happened with BDSP, wasn't it? That was a November, December release.
When did they announce that, though? Chat, was that a summer announcement? It might have been. It might have been.
That's what I'm leaning. I'm no expert, as I keep saying.
Really quick, Josie in the chat says, had this been 40 minutes, it would be kind of garbo. Agreed. Well, because like last year, we saw them do it. We saw them spend 15 minutes on Pokemon Sleep, and it annoyed the heck out of everybody. Let's go Johto, launch title, Switch 2, easy. I don't know. Okay, the Legends game releases in 2025, so they could announce a Pokemon game like BDSP for 2024 holiday. Yeah, I agree, Dusty. There's something else Pokemon is happening this year, I think, the more I think about this.
Yes. So, BDSP was announced on February 27, 2021.
Interesting. So it did. They talked about it for a full year. Okay.
Yeah. But I don't think you need that sort of a release. I don't think you need that for that sort of a game. I don't think you need a year long schedule. Like, you could very easily announce that in June and release it in November. If it's a smaller, remake.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I also think that's how most video game companies would do it. They would do it closer to when it actually comes out. Yeah, man, we're really in the thick of it right now with all these Pokemon Switch 2 conversations. I feel like it just develops every day, our understanding of what's going on. I would love to, man, it would be cool to know actually, like, behind the scenes, like how much is a reaction and how much is just like planned and was always going to be this way. Do you agree with me by them saying 2025 for the Legends game, that it has to be like Q1 2025?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I mean, there's no way
you wouldn't advertise it. It would be psychopathic.
Yeah.
It would be. Yeah. Okay.
it would, because I think if that was a late 2025 game,
Yeah.
and let's say for argument's sake that remake was on the cards, they would have announced a remake here and did the Arceus one at some other, or the Legends game at another time.
Yeah, it's interesting. All of the Johto stuff, all of like the Johto teases and things that we're talking about, I wonder if that is maybe we're building something up still, and it's not ready to like top off with whatever that eventual announcement is going to. You know what I mean? Maybe we're still in it. So yeah, I think that's a possibility. Man, yeah, it's interesting stuff. I think the most surprising thing out of all of this is the no, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not. No. I think the thing that the Gen 5 people missed was that they were in too big of a rush to go to the next remake, and it be on the same console. It also be on the Switch. I think BDSP is not that old, and I think there needs to be some distance before they do just like, oh, we're doing just like a normal remake again. I think the Pokemon people lost sight of that. Yeah. Matthew Kelly said, oh, Josie says, oh my God, wait, I missed a lot of chat. Oh God. Okay. Josie says, I think 2025 for Legends is great. Maybe they're actually taking their time and making a super polished experience. That is my impression of what's going on. Maybe not super polished, but definitely more polished than usual fare. Because even if you think about like, it maybe was in development since development wrapped on the first Legends game, right? And that game had like very little DLC, and a lot of that team definitely moves over and does support staff stuff for Scarlet and Violet before it comes out 100%. But yeah, this is in the pipeline for sure. So it's I think it's had like a good amount of years for sure. Dusty says, it's crazy the jump in pattern sequence. Gen 6 remake wild. And well, it's funny because, oh yeah, Dusty, you even say it's not a remake. Exactly. And what we were talking about, Dusty, is that the real pattern is just there being and we were talking about this a lot recently. There being continuously new promises in terms of what a product is, and being like, okay, it's a distinct, unique game to sit alongside the lineup of all the other Switch games. Yeah, so I think in that pattern, it stayed true. You know, Let's Go was different than Sword and Shield, and Sword and Shield was different from Legends, and Legends was different from BDSP, and BDSP was different from Scarlet and Violet. Okay. Jake, Matthew Kelly, do you think this is the shortest direct in the lengthwise? Do you think this is nearly 50% shorter than the Nintendo Direct's partner showcase? Well, I don't know how much it matters what I think, because that would be a factual question. So if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. But then also, they did put Unova connections in Indigo Disc DLC, totally, for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm surprised they didn't announce an Unova remake this year. Yeah. I think my take on that is I think a lot of people put more stock in that than it's worth. I think sometimes when everybody's like, oh, they're pointing to Unova, I'm like, no, this is Unova. This is the end. There's not another thing. This is where it ends up. Now let me hit you with this, Adam. Let me hit you with this. This is something that I can guarantee you no Pokemon YouTuber has come up with yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it here, and it's going to spread like wildfire.
Okay.
Somebody is in the chat right now, and somebody is going to say this to somebody. Somebody's going to pick this up. All right? Here it is. Watch what happens here. We have our drawing of Pikachu.
Yes.
Okay. We turn into this 3D game.
Okay.
We are now in this moment hopping
VR.
along. Why are we hopping along? Look at how the camera behaves. Hup, 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 hup. And it is because we are in Pikachu's perspective, okay? Before the camera moves. Yep.
Yep.
Okay? in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, something that they added was called the Synchro Machine, in which you play as the Pokemon and move around as them. Is that what's going on here? Let me hit you further. Let me hit you further.
Yes.
I got another taste for you. A vision of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon.
So you're saying
you
don't play as a trainer and
I'm saying you play as both.
Both.
I'm just suggesting this. I'm telling you, nobody has picked up on this yet. I guarantee it. And I am wondering if everybody always said, oh, the synchro thing, maybe that's like a little, that's a nod to something that we're going to do later. And I'm wondering if a vision of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. You exist as the people, you exist as the Pokemon. And sure enough, the first thing that happens here is that we draw out this little town. What do we draw before we draw Pikachu? People. Then we draw Pikachu. And then we go from Pikachu into the 3D game, and now we're in his perspective.
Well, if we are taking the theory that this game takes place only in the city.
Yep.
Could it be that the city is a large place because you play as the Pokemon?
Yep. Yeah, I could see that.
But you only play as the Pokemon.
I could see it. All right. Chat's freaking out right now. Chat's having a meltdown at this take. Some of them are into it. Some of them hate it. Some of them are so mad. So here's my thing, chat. Here's my thing. Here's my take on all of this. Legends implies that something has to be taken mechanically in what the feelings that what you are doing in the game. So I do think you are still going to be a person. You are still going to run around this world. But Pokemon Legends already had a dodge, a sprint. You were interacting with the world and with Pokemon in it in a way that was different from the other games. That was the point. That there was a Pokemon human connection that the normal Pokemon games didn't have. They were able to hurt you. Is there a possibility that you could be a Pokemon, move, dodge, do an attack? I think so.
Jake, just like I said, remember about the Spider-Man comparison where you press R1 or L1 and it brings up four face buttons. Yes. So you are actually Pikachu and you are dodging, and on R1 and B you have Thunderbolt or whatever, or Quick Attack or whatever, and you're actually walking around dodging and doing the inputs at the same time. That would be fantastic.
A child's balloon is stuck in a tree. You throw out your bird Pokemon. You turn into them. You go up into the tree. You grab the balloon. You bring it down.
Yep. I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
See you next year, chat. Clip this out. See you in 2025. Tell Jake he's 31 years old. Tell him he's right. Tell him he knew exactly what was going on from that CGI teaser. Tell the world, everybody. Yeah, I just think that there is going to be more to this game. I think that there is going to be more to this game than you are in an environment doing exactly what Legends did. Because listen, chat, listen. The idea of Pokemon hurting you, the trainer, and you dodging attacks and throwing stuff at Pokemon before Legends, impossible to imagine. Impossible to imagine. And I think that there has to be a step up. There has to be an elevation. And this is not Pokemon Legends Arceus. This is Pokemon Legends ZA. A title that I think is more similar to like the kind of titles you see in the mainline Pokemon games. Like, I don't know. There's like stuff going on here, chat. I think things are happening. I really do. I really do. Man. No, I don't want it. It can be an option. But here's the thing, Dusty. Let me tell you why I think this is going to happen. The Pokemon Legends game already asks more of the player than typical Pokemon games do. You have to have a level of comfort with a modern controller in the way that you don't in typical Pokemon games. So I think if we're following that path, that is the direction you go with these Legends games, and then the normal Pokemon games can stay the these are super accessible to everybody. I think that's where these diverge. So I think like Legends for that reason is where you get the more modern feeling Pokemon games. I think that's what they're positioning these as. Yeah. CJ, could you be a wild Pokemon and somebody tries to catch you? In my dreams. In my dreams. That's a good Pokemon
sounds like
game.
a fetish.
No, dude, imagine you live in a village of Pokemon and you live there peacefully, and then the humans attack. And the colonization of your Pokemon world, and one by one your friends disappear, forced to fight you in this war. That's the dream. We save that for Legends Alola, okay? That's all about colonization.
Oh,
baby.
we do it Legends Ireland, because I want the game to be set in Ireland, and
Ooh, it gets a little dicey.
Yeah.
That's serious stuff. That's serious
it is
stuff.
it's getting very close to home, you know, but
Yeah.
we fought
Serious
against them
stuff.
once, we'll fight against them again.
Yeah.
Even in the Pokemon universe.
I think Legends is great because of crafting, dodging, interacting with your team. Oh yeah, crafting, that's in here, but instead of crafting supplies, which you may do a little bit of, you're definitely making like buildings. Like no question. You're making stuff in the city.
But are we what do you mean, as in you are inputting stuff into a building menu, or you are physically building it like a Breath of the Wild, Minecraft, or Tears of the Kingdom, or Minecraft? Or I think that's too much.
No,
I think it's
agree. You're
yeah,
bringing
I think it's
people
literally
materials.
Yeah, you need like a Pokemart or something. Bring us 500 wood and this.
Agreed. I do think like you will see the environment change. I do think that'll be part of it. So, man, you know what's cool? You know what's gonna have a really great payoff? The middle of the town being like the Eiffel Tower thing, this silly deal. I don't quite remember what that was in the X and Y games, like what you did there. I assume it
They
was
are
like
literally the most unmemorable Pokemon games, I think.
it's
I don't
so
remember
tough.
any
I
of
have to go back.
Yeah.
I have to go back. But I assume it's where the Elite Four was chilling. So you've got to do something with that in this game. Like there it is. It's got to be important. Man, that little bird flying around, Adam. What if that's us?
What Pokemon is it? Was that a Fletchling?
It was a Fletchling. What if this is us, dude? Watch, we're going with the bird. The bird goes, all right, where are we going? We're going up. Oh, go up with the bird. What if that's us?
Assassin's Creed style.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
You're marking all the Pokemon on the map so you can go kill them.
I gotta tell you, I think I'm. Wait, it was the gym. It was just a gym. Oh, you're right, because this was just a town. This was just a town.
Yeah, this was just a town, and that's where
I
think you got your skates or something, and they had all the fashion competitions. I literally played that game for like 10 hours and dropped.
The fashion competitions.
I think fashion was a massive part of that game, wasn't it? Since it was in Paris.
Was this cosplay
Paris.
Pikachu? Remember cosplay
I can't really
Pikachu?
remember.
Man, me neither, dude. We have broken brains for Pokemon X and Y. Maybe that's the next one I stream now. Because since this got announced, maybe the next one I do after Heart Gold is Pokemon X and Y. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd actually watch that because I want to actually see what the games are like.
See, Adam, what we would need to do is that I'm streaming like Y and you're playing X like simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? And then every time we beat a gym, we like have a battle or something.
Yeah, you'd absolutely hammer me. I'm terrible. I've never played competitive Pokemon or anything, so.
Wow. All right, chat. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think we've reached the end of our time here. Pokemon Presents. Adam, give me a number score.
For
think
pure
about
excitement,
it.
of what it could be, I'll give it a 9. I was just expecting, like, when I go into these Pokemon Presents, all I want is a new game because I don't care about Sleep or Unite or any of this stuff. I just want a new game. I want to see what the next Pokemon is going to be. And I think they delivered on that.
Hold, Adam, hold. First off, awesome. 9, love it. Feeling similarly. We have a update from chat. Did I miss talking about how Nintendo says the game takes place entirely in the city?
Is that official?
Source. Need source. Have you read the description of the trailer? Chat, hold, chat. Okay, we have the trailer. Pokemon Legends ZA releasing simultaneously worldwide in 2025. It's funny how they still say that as if that's not just what we do every time. A new adventure awaits within Lumio City, where an urban redevelopment plan is underway to shape the city into a place that belongs to both people and Pokemon. Yeah, I think I nailed exactly what this game is. Yeah. I think we can take that as yeah. Cool. Yeah, this is everybody should go play Like a Dragon. I think we're like a dragoning Pokemon.
Yeah, I believe so. It says here, it
Yep.
says Nintendo America, watch to see the reveal trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA, a new adventure set entirely within Lumino City.
Yep.
Or Lumio City. So
Wow. Yep. Wow, dude, that was the first question I asked you. That was the first question.
that was,
it?
yeah, Jake,
Yeah.
you're on the ball.
I gotta tell you, chat, something's happening here. Something's happening here with me today. I don't know. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling it. Wow, this is cool. And Nintendo just tweeted something. Interesting. Chat, I appreciate these updates. I'm sorry, I feel so bad for Adam just keeping him on the stream here.
Jake, I've got
But-
nothing to do. My video
Lovely.
today is uploaded. I'm all done.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Pokemon TCG posted. Nintendo. Watch to see the reveal trailer. A new adventure set entirely within Lumio City, coming to Nintendo Switch in 2025. Nintendo Switch confirmed. So, as it is by this logo, obviously. So, yeah, entirely within Lumio City. Okay, cool. I'm glad that we're really starting to zone in on what's going on here. Let me look at the city again really quick. Where is this? Where's that overhead view? There it is. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me, right? I feel like you can kind of see how, again, as I was saying earlier, there was this the thing that they were pushing in the first Pokemon Legends game was that you were in an untouched natural environment, an undeveloped natural environment. And this one is literally saying, okay, now what if we did the other thing? What if we set a Pokemon game in a city? And again, I think that like part of that is going to be the city redevelopment plan. I think maybe that's a nod to like, oh, the city is very developed as it is right now, but you will be changing things. You will be making maybe you make choices about like, oh, build this instead of this. Maybe, you know, it's going to be small choices like that, but like giving people materials so that they can build up the city even more. Adam, I feel like you've got something to say. You've got something on, what is it?
No, I've got nothing to say. I was just
okay.
reading something in the chat.
Oh, chat gotcha. They tweeted what Jake just said. Yeah. Let's go, dude. Listen, I'm locked in. Chat knows I'm locked in. Oh my god. Oh, I like that, Forest. They said simultaneous worldwide release because X and Y were the first Pokemon games to do that. Very cool. So I'm assuming it's going to be like Arceus, where you're always in Jubilife and you choose to explore the outer lands. No, lead paint. There's no. You're only in the city. The city is where the Pokemon are. Adam, I got to tell you, now that I'm saying that out loud, how do you get wild Pokemon?
That's a good question. That's why I wonder, are we leaning into a simulation, VR almost kind of world? Because it's very futuristic. It is obviously going for a future plan.
Yeah.
Or,
Mhm.
if we're going for the future past thing, do you take the Pokemon from the past and bring them into the future? These are all just like, these are just complete off the top of my head. I'm not based off anything. This is just what I would like to see.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a game with like 150 plus Pokemon and they're all housed in this city. It's hard to imagine that. It's hard to imagine like all the different environments and like, yeah, I like this suggestion in the chat that you go underground. I think that is a good suggestion, and I think that's very Pokemon. But if Nintendo says it's entirely in the city, I'm having a hard time understanding how you square that circle with going out into the wild. I don't think you'll.
Yeah, unless you're going on like little expeditions almost into instanced areas, almost like dungeons.
Oh, where does it say that, chat? I'll pull it up for you.
So, like something along them lines, or maybe we're not even thinking about this deep enough. Maybe if we take that line, like a world where Pokemon and humans coexist, maybe do you catch Pokemon? Is
Okay.
this a full where you play as the Pokemon, maybe that's obviously like almost never going to happen. But
I think it is critical to the understanding of what a Legends game is that you still adhere to the 3 main tenets of Pokemon, right? Catch, battle, train. I think that has to still be in the game. So, yeah, I do think you still catch Pokemon. Maybe we're just unimaginative and you do just catch them in the city. Maybe we just have baby brains and it's like, no, they're just Pokemon in the streets. And like maybe, but it's hard to imagine. It is. It's hard to put yourself there.
yeah, because then
yeah.
you're almost getting into like you're catching feral Pikachus that are like living in bins, eating rubbish and all that.
Yeah, there is something about something.
And I think that's
that's
just not very Pokemon.
Yeah, I agree. It's yeah. So let me show this so the chat sees it. So this is the watch the new reveal trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA, a new adventure set entirely within. That I mean, that's definitive. That's as definitive as you get. That's yeah. So I mean,
I think
yeah.
even if you say in,
yeah,
there's room, but I think within is
within
literally that is as literal as it can get.
I think this is the map. I think you can even see how there's like a wall around it, and that's it. Man, yeah, that's my biggest question then. My biggest question is going to be how you get more Pokemon. Man, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, I like this part of it, right? They say it's a city where they coexist, so I'd imagine wild Pokemon are kind of docile in the city. Yeah, so I think something that's hard to see right now is the scale of the city. Kale Chow just brought that up. It's hard to know how big this area is. And I think maybe part of the issue is that we are maybe not seeing it big enough, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe this
we've
thing
never seen a Pokemon city that is any more than what, like 30 seconds to get from one end to the next.
Exactly. And maybe imagine if this whole city is half the size of the map in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Like that's big. That's big. So maybe there's just like a lot of open space here that I'm not anticipating. And that would be really cool. And I think again would be like a really refreshing take on what a Pokemon game is. Like what I don't know. Again, a lot of green flags here. I think the thing though that chat that you have to that you have to accept is that you're not going out. You're not going on expeditions like you did in Pokemon Legends, the first Arceus. I just don't think that's the vision for this game. I saw Big Toe on the direct at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Well, we got to see Big Toe. Hold on here. Hold chat. I got to see what. I didn't see Big Toe, so I got to know. I told you Big Toe, right, Adam?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Oh, wait, he hasn't evolved into that yet. But we're
so he's
there.
Bigger Toe in that one.
He's Bigger Toe. That's correct. Right now he's Medium Toe in my stream. But wow. Okay. Well, chat. Here's what I'm gonna say to cap us off here. This was a lot of fun. I think this went way better than. There are a lot of alternate realities in which this was not as fun as it was today. So, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for hanging out for so long. Our hour and a half pre-show, the Tower of Titillation, watching the show together. The Tiz wants to know if Legends will be multiplayer or single. That is a great question too. Who knows? You got to imagine single, but I don't know. Adam. Will they let you fight your buddies? What do you think? I don't know.
Well, they'll probably let you fight your friends. Oh wait, no, you couldn't do that in Arceus, couldn't you? No.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, but walking around the city together?
Yeah, it's futuristic, so I think that the possibilities, like they probably could have made a lore reason why you can't battle your friends.
Yes.
Even though you have the Rotom phone and all that, but you know what I mean? Like
I mean, you were isekai'd in Pokemon Legends Arceus, right?
Yeah.
You were from a strange world and land. Whereas in this game, it doesn't look like they're going for that. It looks like they're going for you're just a person. So yeah, you're right. I could totally imagine like the building you go to, and it's like, this is the Global Connect Center. You know, like some stupid shit like that, yeah. But so yeah, maybe. And especially since like we don't know how far off the next Pokemon games are, or like when the next Pokemon multiplayer game is. So man, I cannot believe we actually got the Legends game we all wanted. I can't believe it. we live in a world with Pokemon where we assume we won't get the thing we want. So that's like, yeah, so this is crazy. Wow. So overjoyed chat. Adam, I think I got to agree. 9 out of 10 for that presentation for me. 9 out of 10.
Yep.
Any final thoughts?
No, I'm just excited to actually see what
Just
this game
excited.
is.
Yeah. No. Nice,
That,
nice
that's
thing.
that's what I wanted to come out of this. Excited to see what the future of Pokemon is with the next game. I don't really care about all the other stuff. It's only the games.
Yeah, me too. And I think we got a nice little surprise treat with the mobile card game, because I'll play that. I'm like a daily Marvel Snap player. I'm a sicko. I love Marvel Snap. You ever play Marvel Snap, Adam?
No, I don't like superheroes. Are just
all right. That's fair. I want to thank the chat. We're getting a lot of 10 out of 10s on this stream. Very sweet, very kind. And I hope everybody can thank Adam for coming by, hanging out on my channel, talking to me about Pokemon for hours.
Yes.
That is wow. What a lad.
It's a learning experience.
Right. Yeah,
I learned more about Pokemon.
And Adam, part of Pokemon is the fun of the community. So I feel that you get a more rich Pokemon experience when you're in here with us than if you're just watching it later on your own, right? Yeah. Cool. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. This was a blast and a half. I will probably be back later today to check out, to play some more Pokemon Heart Gold, and we can talk more Pokemon then. So thank you, Adam, for coming through. Thank you, chat, for hanging out. I just got to find the end stream button. I know it's here somewhere, baby.
Thank you, Bisonhauer and Bungle who specifically called me out.
Oh my God, the sweeties in the chat. Thank you all very much. All right, I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye.
And